And now, the hottest podcast around the globe, Straight Up TV. With your host, that dude all-star.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up TV. Today is 30 May 2023. And we're streaming live from Georgia. That's somebody talking in the background. All right, so yeah, welcome to Straight Up TV, man. This is going to be an awesome episode, man. We got some Slingshot owners here. We're going to be talking Tech Tuesday. We're going to be talking about some BBLs. We're going to be talking about some DSPs. We're going to be just talking, man. So listen, join the conversation, man. The live chat will be open, man. If you got a comment, man, please comment in the live chat, man. We got some good guys on here, man. All of us is in different states and stuff. So, you know, if this is your first time tuning in, man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. And I will appreciate it, man. It's free. Hit the like and subscribe right now. Do it for me, man. I appreciate it. So check this out. Today's live stream is sponsored by Light the Night. Light the Night, San Antonio, Texas, man. Vernon Walker is the name. Light the Night. If you want to light the night, you have to get Light the Night. Go check them out. So check them out. The website is on the screen. You see it. Go check them out. If you want to light that sling, go get Light the Night. The ATL Slingshot store, ATL Slingshot here in Georgia, man. Listen, Kennesaw, Georgia, y'all know who they are. Maylene and Santos, go check them out, man. They got a wonderful storefront. I've been there several times, man. Good people. They got everything you need. Go check them out. Get what you need and be straight. All right, 210 Slingers, man. 210 Slingers. When you talk about a Slingshot group, you got to talk about the 210 Slingers out of San Antonio, Texas, man. Those dudes are wild. And their motto is the 210 Slingers are always in the street. Listen, I'm going to give you a hint. If you see a lot of slingshots in San Antonio and they lit up and they got speakers and sounds and they acting foolish, that's the 210 Slingers. Go check them out. Our last sponsor, man, is Alamo Cycleplex. Alamo Cycleplex out of San Antonio, Texas, man. If you're in the market for a slingshot, you have to check out Alamo Cycleplex, man. Go over there, open the door, walk in and ask for Dave. Say, I want to see Dave Sears. I want a deal. And I bet you will get a deal. All right. So listen, like I said, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. So we're going to go ahead and get started, man. We're going to let these individuals introduce themselves. Listen, man, these are special guests, man. We're talking Tech Tuesday, man. Tech Tuesdays, right? This year, we're talking about the BBLs, the DSPs. We're talking about what's going on, what's hot right now. So let's go ahead and get started, man. I personally know all these guys, man. Great guys, man. They're taking time to jump on here with me, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. These guys are going to be giving real comments, man, about different things. So let's get started with some introductions. This dude, the first dude up there, is a heavyweight champion from Slingfest. Luch, introduce yourself, sir.
What's going on, everybody? This is Luch, aka Hulk from Illinois, the owner of Untouchable Sound. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Hopefully, this will be a good podcast that you guys can learn a lot from. And if you guys need that bass or you need that audio, go to untouchablesoundstm.com.
Nice. All right, we're going to move over to Jacksonville, Florida. We're going to talk to Sling Life. What's up, Sling Life?
What's happening, All-Star? Thanks for having me on here.
How you doing, bro?
Can't complain.
That's good. What's going on in Jacksonville, bro?
Nothing right now. We just got back from Tampa. But it's weather nice, everything going good out here. We got one event coming up in July. Slingshot Stunners doing the event.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a nice one. So I'll definitely be there, be ready to compete.
All right. let's keep it going. We're gonna go to North Carolina. The Dragon. What's up, Dragon?
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? This is North Carolina, Charlotte QC Dragon in the house. Mr. Do-It-Yourselfer.
Yes, sir.
What I'm talking about.
Do it yourself. Yes, sir. What's going on in North Carolina, Dragon? I didn't see you in Myrtle Beach, bro.
Man, I knew if I was coming down there, I would need the lifeboat, bro. I told you we was going down there. It was gonna rain. Shit.
Oh yeah.
You didn't want to believe me.
Yeah.
I was 2 hours away, and I was like, bro, they gonna get flooded out. But I'm glad y'all had fun, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
bro.
that gave me some extra time.
In the words of Mr. Light the Night, he said the show must go on.
I feel you. Bro, it went on without me.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it going. Little Chris, what's up, man?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
I got you.
Down here in Virginia, man, little water. Being that I work on mainline Comcast, they kept me busy with the storm. But other than that, man, life is good.
Good. I appreciate you tuning in, big dog. Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, listen, we're going to talk about the battle because I seen the video that went around with you and Bumblebee. I seen the video, so we're going to talk about that today. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming you and Bumblebee stay down the street from each other.
Yeah. Well, he's not far. He's probably a few miles from me, but he did his new build. They did their thing, and he just wanted to kind of get a feel where he at because he called himself building a heavyweight. Well, in case he had to do a heavyweight, to see where he laid at.
Okay. All right. Our last panel guest is none other than Atlanta Megatron. What's up, Megatron?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? This is Megatron representing Atlanta on the house.
All right. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the show. So, guys, man, there's something we got to settle first. We got two Chris Sling Lifes in here, man. We got two of them, man. So I want to know who's the real Chris Sling Life. You know what I'm saying? We got two of them in here.
We got one in every state.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Because
don't hate because there's only one All-Star.
Oh shit. Little Chris, show me that hat again, little Chris. Sling Life. Go the other way. Sling Life. Hey, now Sling Life. Let me see the back of your slingshot. Let me see the back of your slingshot, Chris.
Huh? Oh, him. Yeah.
Sling Life. All right. We got two Sling Lives in here. Cool. All right. So let's get started, man. Like I said, man, if you're just not tuning in, this episode is sponsored by Light the Night, 210 Slingers, the ATL Slingshot Store, and Alamo Cycleplex. All right. So I want to start off, man, by talking about the BBLs, man. The BBLs, man. And Luch. Now, where are you from, Luch? Y'all don't call them BBLs, right?
No.
What y'all call them?
Base box, extended base box.
Yeah.
So like it's pretty much like where I'm from, at least from the area that I'm in. I know Chicago, they call everything different in Chicago and whatnot. But from the people that I got, they just call it extended base boxes.
Yeah.
Call them the Luch special. Nah, fuck with you.
All right. So I want to pose a question to the group. What is the benefit from getting the BBLs? What is the main benefit?
Same thing as if the Brazilian chicks. You go ahead and you're taking. So the benefit that I learned, because remember, I'm brand new into the game, but at the same time, I'm not new to audio. So the benefit of having that box built, you take a subwoofer and you're giving that exact subwoofer what it needs. In a smaller compartment, you can't, granted, you can take the stock thing and throw a lot of power. But when you go ahead and put a subwoofer in say my subwoofer is 2.5 cubes. My subwoofer needs 2.3 cubes. So I made a box 2.5 cubes. And then after you add bracing and everything else, it literally brought it down to 2.3 cubes, exactly what my sub needed. So I was able to add my port. I was able to do everything I had to do. Me and my boy, obviously, was we were able to do what we needed to do. So the benefit is you're giving that subwoofer a comfortable place to live and perform because it's not being stressed.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's the same thing as if you guys are working on a car and you're not limited on what tools to have. You don't only have Harbor Freight tools. You have ratchets, you have air tools, you have electric tools, you have everything. So the subwoofer is able to breathe and perform in the way it's supposed to. And with the BBL, or what you guys call a BBL, you can actually adjust your port area according to what you need. And you can adjust your port lengths, you can adjust all of that stuff as well.
Yeah. Hey, so
That's my take.
So Sling Life, what's your take on the BBLs, bro?
They cool. I mean, they give really good sound. But I've heard slings without BBLs give really good sound just as well. So I mean, my thing is, it's probably more of a preference of what you like. Me personally, I wanted to stick with the original look. I like the original look. I didn't want to add anything on the back, but I definitely heard some nice ones. I heard like, shoot, Maniac got a BBL. That bike sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Jarrell got a BBL. A lot of people got them, but I also heard a lot that don't have them. I mean, you got, look at New Shoes. I don't think he has a BBL on there. It sounds great. You got Phoenix. You got, it's a whole lot of people. So it's going to be your preference of what you like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're going to get into something a little bit different. But I want to know, Dragon, how you feel about the BBL, Dragon?
It's kind of like what the Hawk said, bro. It's like, I like the BBL, so especially like if you're out trying to buy that high-end sub, we're talking, the DCs, the C4s, those high-end subs require a certain amount of airspace.
The untouchable sounds.
The untouchable sounds. Yeah, I put the plug in for you. But those subs require a certain amount of airspace in order for them to perform like they're designed to do. So, that's really, in my opinion, that's the biggest advantage of going BBLs, is that way if you're going to spend like $1,500 for a sub, then you want that sub to play like it's $1,500 sub. So.
Yeah. Little Chris, what's up, Little Chris? Chris,
Hey.
How you feel about the BBLs, bro? I want to know how you really feel.
Well, personal preference, just going by what I have, I don't have the BBLs, and I can hit as hard as any of them.
Really?
Yes, I can. Remember, I did 4 holes in the ground. Trust me.
So
what power are you throwing?
Oh, I'm throwing. I have all tar in my bike. For the set of 12s. Also, my boxes were built by 12-volt. Ben and Brad did my stuff.
Oh, that's the same.
So what size is your sub? What?
One right at 2 cubic feet, and it's not, mine's extended down, not outward.
Oh, okay. So is that not?
Yeah, because airspace don't care if it's out or in. As long as you can get the airspace, get the tune, and throw the power to it, put that frequency where it need to be, it will deliver.
Man,
so are you doubling your power on your subwoofers then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the subwoofers I have, which I don't mind, is the Sundown U's. They love it. It delivers, and like you said, that feeling in your chest, I guarantee you, that's what I give.
That's equivalent.
Yeah,
to mine,
you know what? Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, Little Chris, listen, that is a sure way to win. When the people standing around can feel your bass, hit their chest and their legs.
Yeah.
That's because listen. Well, we'll get into that, Chris. Megatron, what's up, man? How you feeling about the BBLs? How you feel about the BBLs, Megatron?
Well, the BBLs, they serve a purpose. So like everyone was actually saying, people are looking at it as an aesthetic thing where it just gives the sling a look, but it serves a purpose. The whole idea is that given the sub the space that it needs, they are using drivers that require a BBL. So you're not just putting a BBL on your sling just for the looks of it. is to match the actual space that's required by the sub. So you can definitely get a sub like a Sundown, the was the version 2, the SA series, which only require 1.2. You know, it's like the BBLs is always over in the twos and the 2.5s and those areas, but you have subs that can actually be equivalent by using the 1 cubic space or the 1.3 cubic space is in a regular bike.
Yeah.
So it's just that they want that extended base, and that's why they choose to go that route.
Yeah. So listen,
You also get a
fellas.
deeper base with a box like that.
Yeah. So listen,
Not
fellas.
necessarily. Again, not necessarily. It depends on the subwoofer. The subwoofer plays a big role.
Mhm.
Because
So
you have
It's an
subs that
80-20
can go
box,
real
but yeah,
low in a very small space. You know, I mean,
on
Kicker
low
had came
power.
out with that years ago, exactly, with a lot of power. So if you can actually get a sub that can maybe say handle over the specific wattage that they suggest, you can definitely drive a sub, a 1500 watt sub. You could drive 3000 RMS in it, and it will definitely hit hard. So it's just really all about the type of sub that you're using.
yeah. All right. So listen, I did some digging, a little bit of digging, and extended ported boxes. That's what we're gonna call them, but we call them BBLs. But they're extended ported boxes, sub boxes, and they range from just looking around, they range from $900 all the way up to like $3,200, man, just for one side. So is it, if you can get the same sound without them, why would you want to spend you know from $900 to up to $3,200 on BBLs? Why would you do it if you can get the listen? So what I'm
Quality.
telling you is that if you can just have not the right airspace and throw more power to it, you can get the base right. Can you achieve the base?
No,
No. Mm-mm.
no.
A
Well, why?
lot of that All Star was knowledge. It's the fact that, excuse me, guys, for but my 2 cents is just my opinion. But a lot of it is lack of knowledge. Of course, if you go bigger, usually bigger is better, but not always the case. It's a lack of knowledge. You can get with this thing here. I don't have the extended. Um, and like I said, anytime I perform with this thing, you're going to feel it. Period. In hands down, you're going to feel it. But it's lack of knowledge, knowing first of all the frequency you got to put this guy on, what your subs like. You know what I'm saying? And putting it on that right frequency and driving it with the power according to the airspace. Because, like I said, once again, I run the U series. Okay, the U series, I can throw more power to it. It requires a little bit more airspace, but the boxes, just like the BB, were designed for my speakers that I have. And it does, and no hands down, it does great for my personal liking anyway.
See
Correct.
what a lot of people forget though is you can build the box and you have airspace, right? But a lot of people forget frequency as well on your subwoofer
Exactly.
because some people play like my box is tuned at 39 hertz, right? So
Hmm.
my peak is 42, but I can play all the way down to 15 hertz. So like,
Okay.
but it sounds louder in the
Right.
high, in the mid to 40s. It's gonna sound louder there. But I'm
Right.
tuned to 39. So my peak is 42, which number wise, that's gonna be my peak. That's where I'm gonna be loudest at
Hmm.
42 hertz. So a lot of people in the slings, like this is all me learning by myself. It's all star. You
Right.
knew me from the very beginning when I was asking questions.
Mhm.
So and I'm not saying that I know a lot, but I know a lot about audio. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm not saying slings in general because I can still learn a lot. But what I do know is that people play boxes, subwoofers. Even myself, I'm still learning my stuff as far as playlists and everything.
Hmm.
So when you play a song in your sling, according to how it sounds in the sling versus how it sounds in the box. So remember, the slingshot doesn't have anything to it doesn't have anything to backfire off of. It
Hmm.
can't build pressure.
Right.
So that's why when I went against All Star, I had to go ahead and lift my box. I had to use my air ride to help me lower my car my sling or raise it, because some songs it sounds deeper when I'm lower, but it also sounds deeper in different songs when I'm higher. So frequency and how you use your port area and your port distance and everything else, that also plays a huge role as well. To be honest, I didn't even want a big box. I wanted to keep it all slick and stock. But because I'm a car audio guy, my understanding was, let me cut all of this stuff out and make it my own, because my box, even though it's a BBL, as though you guys call it, I wanted that box to look like it was a bagger box, and that's exactly what I get. Everybody tells me it looks like a bagger box, and that's what I wanted. I wanted my box to look like a bagger bag. So that's what I wanted to do with it. And I have also more ideas on what I'm gonna do with it later on. But that's just my opinion on it. Again, I don't know a lot about slings. I've only had my sling for maybe like 6 months, but I think I did a pretty good job with my sling in the time frame that we had. How much is it?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Drag, how you feel about that, Drag?
Ooh, man, like I said, I'm definitely on the BBL bandwagon. Because like I said, being a do-it-yourself guy, it's just pretty much trial and error. Like I said, I've did some research on, there's software out there to help you design your ports and all that good stuff. But for the most part, it's been big trial and error. I've always pretty much, for my sub wise, I've always been a CA guy. Might change up next year. There's some new stuff that's supposed to be coming out. But like I said, I think the BBL, I mean, everybody's out there chasing that Texas base, man. So you either got to step up or get rolled over, man. I mean, Texas is known for that base, and now that you got people coming out of Texas competing all over the place, you got to step your game up. So
Hey, Dragon.
Yes, sir.
Guess what I did today, Dragon?
What'd you do?
I put my order in for the BBLs, dog. I put my Chris Sling Life. I put Megatron. Don't say that, Megatron. No, Megatron. Listen. Luch, Lil Chris.
Yeah.
I've been getting my ass beat. Listen.
It's not the box that's doing it.
Listen, Megatron, my 12s don't have enough space. My 12s don't have enough space, bro.
So you should know that from the get-go.
Hey, so what kind of box do you currently have in there, All-Star?
Huh?
What kind of box do you currently have?
I should have went with small subs. Listen, Brad, listen. Y'all making Chris Sling Life. How the hell I'm gonna go against all my middleweight competitors? They got 12s. If I go down to 10s, they gonna sound. I think the 10s will give me more airspace. I will sound really good.
But don't sleep on the 10s now. Don't sleep on airspace is everything. The math is the math. The airspace is everything. Yes, it is.
I'm gonna tell you what. I heard Maniac's 10.
Crazy, All-Star?
Yep.
Yeah, Maniac's running 10s.
So here's what you need to remember. So you said you don't want to go with a smaller sub, right? So look at me. I'm 260, right? 6'1", 260. And what's his name? Mayweather. He's 100 and something pounds. He will whoop me, boy. That boy will whoop me.
I like that.
Same concept with using a smaller sub, because it has less airspace. You see what I'm saying? And not only that,
it requires
that much power. It doesn't need that much power to get loud. So that's where a lot of people fail to understand that you don't need to get a bigger box. You just need to see what subwoofer works in that box, in that airspace you have. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what you should have came to me for your box.
So you telling me, Dragon, Sling Life, Megatron, y'all telling me all the middleweights rocking 12s. If I get 2 10s, I'll beat them in the base.
If you get 2 10s in the right box, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to. Well, listen,
Hey,
already.
All-Star.
Yeah.
Did you hear Maniac's bike?
Hell yeah.
What you think he running? He's
He running 2 10s.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, Maniac's a lightweight, bro. He's a lightweight.
Yeah, he's running 2 10s.
I'm middle.
But I seen him going against middleweights.
Base wise, his bike is up there, bro. Maniac bike is up.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yep.
I heard that thing. Listen,
I mean, his mids and high, he gonna get blown out the water. I mean, he's straining those, but bait just pure base.
Yeah, I heard
His
it, bro.
base is booming for 10.
I'm very, very impressed with Maniac. Very impressed with that thing.
So then the proof is in the pudding. So you don't need to go with no BBLs.
Listen,
I never heard Maniac's
if
bite.
Maniac was to go up another class and get different mids and highs on it, or open them up more, that man is unbelievable. That bike is unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
Where's
I
Maniac
saw
from?
him go against middleweights and walk them down, and I'm looking at it like, wait a minute, those 10s or 12s? Because I know
But
you was in
his
lightweight with me. I said,
BBLs
oh,
though. His 10s are in BBLs.
Yeah, his 10s are in
yeah.
BBL.
So you have to understand is the type of 10 that he's using.
Yo,
Is the type of 10.
I was going to
I
ask
know
you
which
that.
one it is.
No, I thought you guys said that. Listen, so I can have too much airspace. So if I get BBLs with 10s, won't it kill me if I got too much space?
No, it depends on the type of 10 you're using.
It depends. So a BBL, remember, a BBL is a box that's built. It's a box that's bigger than what the Slingshot is.
Exactly.
So just because it's bigger does not mean. You see how? Also, you've seen my bike. You've seen how big that looks. That is a beauty panel. My box is way smaller than that panel. Way smaller. So that box, when you get a BBL, you're not necessarily, I think a BBL is just that you're making it extended past the stock location.
Right.
It's not necessarily you changing and getting a bigger box. You're just changing it from that stock location to make it bigger, in the sense, because you can easily have a smaller space, but it's shorter or it's wider or it's taller or whatever. It doesn't fit in that stock location. But
That's
you
right.
can literally have one inch past the stock location, and now you become a BBL or whatever you guys keep calling it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all about what. So like you say you just placed your order, right? Boom. So this is this is what I would recommend for you. So okay, I have a 2,000 watt subwoofer. The FS on the subwoofer is 28 hertz. It's 2,000 watts. The X Max on it's 15. It's, let's just say 12 millimeter, right? One way, 15 millimeter one way, right? You want to take all of that information and you want to put that into your box and how you want your box to be able to perform. You want to know: do I want a high bass? Do I want a low bass? Do I want to be able to have my mid bass on my speakers complement, like I told you when you called me before? Have your mid bass complement your bass so that they all work together. I know a lot of people and that build these boxes and have these slings that they're wanting bass to do just bass, right? But yet you have a gap between your bass, your mid bass, your mid range, your highs, your tweeters, and your horns. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people,
most of them don't even have mid bass. Most of them don't even have It's just like a big open gap in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a frequency response. So you have everything from say, like, I don't know, 60 hertz. Some people don't even play 60 hertz. So some people are playing 60. Oh, the bounty miss the receptionist and the bounty hunter is here. The bounty hunter is here. Okay. So anyways, so like when you guys are doing this though, there's so many people that's missing the 60 hertz to 150 hertz. They're missing that frequency response. Everything is like 1,500 hertz or 500 hertz and higher. They're missing so many things, and it kind of sucks because it makes it where a sling that can be sounding amazing, a person that doesn't know, they're gonna be like, oh, that sling sounds really good. But a person that knows, they're like, oh wow, it sounds really good, but it can sound even better if they just filled that gap.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so let's get this straight, man, because we got some people watching. I want to make sure we're talking and they understand it. So with a stock Slingshot, 12s may not have enough airspace. May not. Is it possible they do have enough airspace for a regular stock Slingshot with 12s, or they do not have an airspace, the right amount of airspace?
It depends on the sub that they
And the
choose to use.
subwoofer. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's
if you
it.
get
Yeah.
a
Absolutely. So
VD
like,
Series 12, that small enclosure, it'll be a tight pull off, but you got to get a small enclosure speaker to make it work. Only thing about a
There you
small
go.
enclosure speaker, it's not going to allow a lot of power to it.
yeah. And on top of that, you got to remember a smaller subwoofer, the magnet's going to be smaller, the coil
Mhm.
is going to be smaller, the
Right,
spider pack isn't going to be as stiff, the surround isn't going to be as high, so
right.
you're not going to have as much X max. You got to
Hmm.
remember all of that.
Well,
You're going to have a different basket. It's going to be more of a shallow subwoofer. So when
And
you
it's
get
going.
into the bigger subwoofers, you got like you're going to have a decent those subwoofers that you're talking about. Those motors are like maybe 450 ounces and under, 500 ounces and under.
Hmm.
And that's still a decent subwoofer magnet. But when you start going into like my King Level 2s, the Untouchable Sound Kings, that's a 1,280 ounce magnet. The subwoofer weighs 94 pounds. So there's so many things that you're literally throwing away when you go with a smaller subwoofer.
Yeah.
Now,
Right, right.
me personally, if I would have learned sooner before I end up going into Florida, if I would have learned as far as lowering the box, I could have easily put my Prince series subs in there and sound hella good because I had 5,000 watts of power, and I could have easily just stayed within those parameters of the stock location. And then because my stock series subs, my stocks Prince series, you only need 1.2 cubes.
Oh wow.
Remember, a lot of people, they're my subwoofer 700 watts RMS that handles 1,400 watts clean power. But when people are throwing double the power, but yet they're dropping into 11s, 10s, a lot of people don't even pay attention to that. Some people are running AGM. They got a battery in the back, a battery in the front, stock alternator, or they got a high output alternator, but they're dropping down to the 12s and low 13s. Your amplifier is going to be as the performance of this subwoofer of the amplifier goes off the electrical. So there's so many more parts to a system than just a subwoofer box and a subwoofer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me give a super thank you for a super chat from Miss Bounty Hunter. Her message is that get the BBLs fund. So see that's what I'm talking about. Listen, I got my
What about our other message?
What are the message?
Tell her, don't everybody put their slingshot inside their house? Y'all just gonna fake like y'all ain't see her say that one, huh?
No, no, I
What'd
saw
she
it.
say? What'd she say?
She said it looked like my slingshot is in my living room.
Yeah. Hey, you look real comfortable. Hey, that boy got 2 slingshots. You look real comfortable in there, Sling Light.
That one in the kitchen.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Hey man, let me give us a thank you to Joseph McCray, man, for a super chat. His message is Panda in the building. What's up, everybody? What's up, Joseph? What's up, Panda?
What up, GK?
Right.
What's up, Panda?
Yeah. Hey man, listen, man. I don't feel comfortable, y'all, going against everybody with 12s. And if I go down to 10, Megatron switched out his 12s for 10s, and I heard him in Atlanta beating the whole Hawks Stadium down. So I mean, listen,
they make a difference, bro. 210s make a difference, and in the right box, you just have to find the right speakers that's going to take advantage of the space that's in the box.
Yeah.
I mean, also think of this. Pretty much all those guys don't light them up. They're not running extended boxes. A couple of them are, but for the most part,
That's right.
they're not running extended boxes.
Yeah. All right. You know, I'm gonna do something. Let me do something.
But they sneaking the hell out of them.
Okay. Scorecard. This is SUTV scorecard. The leaders. Phoenix is a leading featherweight. She doesn't have BBLs. Okay. Maniac
BBL.
has four first place wins. Definitely got BBLs. I don't know. Jack Durant, Motorcycle Jack. Does he have a?
Yeah, he's running BBLs now.
He got BBLs too. So what are y'all talking about? Everybody that's leading has BBLs. I don't
It's a
understand.
choice. It's a
So
choice.
here, so
It's not
it's
all
it is.
females
It
got
is.
BBLs, right?
Listen, DTP, disturbing the peace. He's got 3 first place
What?
wins. He got
Massive
BBL.
BBLs.
It's a choice, man.
Luch is on the screen. He got BBLs. So Phoenix is the only
I got
one.
a BBL because I didn't know any difference.
Phoenix is the only one
I
that
got
doesn't have
a
a
BBL.
BBL. Everybody else on
Hold
the
on.
scorecard has
I don't. I
BBLs.
don't. I don't think Pun
Because
got
she's,
BBL.
Who?
I don't think Big Pun got BBL.
No, Punk's
I
not running
don't.
BBLs. Bumblebee's not running BBLs. E
Yeah,
Money's
next
not
time for
running
Exactly.
me.
It's the
BBLs.
right speaker
No,
in
no.
the right box.
I'm
That's
talking.
it.
I'm talking about. So in the scorecard, I have it to where who has the most first place wins, and
Well,
four out of the 5 got BBLs.
you
That's all
can't,
I'm saying.
you can't go by your scorecard necessarily because a lot of, like I said, a lot of those people haven't been out. I mean, made it to different shows. I mean, you can't tell me Pun base ain't banging. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No, you
And he's
cannot
not
say
Exactly.
running.
that. You can't say that.
You heard Bumblebee. Bumblebee new bill is banging. There's some bikes out there banging without BBLs, bro.
Dragon, all I'm saying is I'm keeping score and I'm counting the first place wins. And when I look at the scorecard, 4 out of the 5 people that's leading in their category, Phoenix, Maniac, Motorcycle Jack, DTP, and Luch, they're 4 of those guys got BBLs. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
Yeah, but
here's
look at
All
the
right,
I
so
have a
category. Once you
question
go
on that.
BBL, you're now in the major class, heavyweight. Heavyweights use the BBL.
I mean,
Little
I have
bully,
a
I see you
question
in there,
though.
little bully.
So
Can you hear me? Little
I can
bully,
hear
I
you,
see
man.
you.
I hear you.
What's up,
what
little
up,
bully?
bully?
Welcome, sir.
What's happening? What's happening?
Good
He
God.
made it.
I
What's
hear y'all
going
talking
on,
about the
bully?
BBL.
Yeah, we
Nothing
talking
much,
about
man.
BBL.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, little bully.
Bully, you getting the BBL?
No, I'm messing no BBLs, man. Matter of fact, I got some 2.5 inch subs I built myself. I'm gonna stick them in the glove box.
What?
I need,
You know what?
I need
Oh my
point. I
God.
need
you got
point.
to put away
I need
in the glove
I
box.
need point zero. I need point 0.0127 for the airspace.
Lord.
All Star, he's just bullshitting for All
Hey,
Star. That's
y'all
not a
see that
real thing,
message
All
from the
Star.
bounty hunter? Y'all
All
see
Star
that
with a
message on the
Q.
screen? Y'all see that shit? Y'all see it?
Unbelievable.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, if I get them BBLs, boy, if I get them BBLs. Listen, I'm out here,
Mm.
hey,
Young
But
boy, I'm
All
a
Star,
good them, show them shit in my
All
garbage.
Star.
yeah.
You
Fucking
know
poor
you can
damn
go and
service,
get you a
young.
BBL and put the wrong subwoofer in there and sound worse
You gonna be
than
pissed.
ever before.
Buy a
You
whole
gon'
set of
Yep, you
fucking
gonna be
gear.
I was just
pissed.
about to
Yeah.
say that,
You
bro.
gonna be mad.
I was just
Yeah.
about to
You
say
gonna be
that.
mad. Don't
So
don't do that. That's why I was
So you
just telling
spend
you
all that
earlier.
money and sound worse. You can give me that money and I poke a hole in your speaker.
listen, all I'm saying, listen, if I get that extra airspace, I have more options. That's all I'm saying, man. Because these 12s I got in here, they need to breathe. They need some more air, bro. They need some
so
air.
so let me ask you,
What subs do
who
you
tuned
got,
your
All
subs?
Star?
Who
You
tuned
have
your
dead
box and
box
who
what?
tuned your subs that you're working with now?
I was tuned by Adrian. Adrian, everybody knows the famous name
Okay.
Adrian.
All right.
Yeah. But hey, so let's talk about I think we lost Megatron, but let's talk about that port inside, man. The port inside the box, because is it the longer the port, the deeper your base will be? Is that what I'm hearing?
No,
No,
Come
No.
on,
no.
man.
it's based off the
No, no,
box
no.
calculation itself, bro.
Mm-mm.
Well,
It's
what's
Because
math.
what?
the
All of
longer
this
the
is straight
box,
math.
the longer the box, the longer the port, you're
The
gonna
shorter
also
the
take up some space. You're gonna also take up space inside the box. The longer the port, the more displacement it's taking. So you got to take care of that. You got to figure that out. The longer the base, the higher you can play. The shorter the base, the lower you can play.
Hey, look, let me ask you a question. So, do you think the round port would be better than the average slotted
Who's
port?
talking?
That's a little
Um,
bully.
It's the black screen. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, little bully? How you doing, my boy?
What's
Little
that?
bully,
It
you're a
just all
dog.
depends, bro.
Yes.
Because when
Yeah.
you have a
Yes.
slot
So,
port, huh?
all right, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I said when you have a slot port, yeah. When you
Yeah.
have a slot port, you're set up for no adjustments whatsoever. So whatever that slot port is set up for, if you're at 14 inches, you're at whatever, that's it, that's all. You know what I mean? If you're 3 inches wide, 40 inches long, 17 inches tall, that's it, that's all. You know what I mean? With a round port, you can adjust from a 4 inch. You can go to 2 2s. You can go to 1 3. You can go to 1 6. You can go to 1 8. You have options with that, and then you can also adjust how you want your stuff done. So that's just. But again, you got to remember when I go off of numbers and I go off of how it sounds, I'm going based off of cars. So I gotta go. I don't know sling bass. You know what I mean? So like
Okay, I got you.
for example, All Star, when he heard my bass, he was like, and he heard my highs, he was like, "Yo, you smashing," and I'm like, not really. You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm looking for. But and then I went to a competition and I heard other people's bass, and I'm like, oh, it's completely different. They're not playing 15 hertz like I'm playing in King Magnet. They're not playing 28 hertz. They're playing everything from 35 hertz and up. You see what I'm saying? Because they're wanting a higher bass. They're wanting a more high pitch bass. They're not getting a low bit. They're not trying to float towels. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's no
Okay.
back
So in that
pressure
case,
in a slingshot.
would a seal box be a better application?
Depends on the subwoofer. Depends on the power. Because for example, if you put a big the way I know boxes is small box, big power, big box, small power. So you gotta if you're putting a sealed box, but your magnet's touching the back of the box, your subwoofer's not breathing. Your subwoofer has to breathe for it to perform.
I got you.
All right, so let's switch this a little bit. I want to talk about the wood boxes versus those fiberglass boxes, man. Sub
I can
boxes.
talk about that too because my box is all wood and it's all fiberglass.
What you mean?
So
It's all
like when
wood
you
and fiberglass?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you don't want no dead zones in your box. And I don't care who the hell it is. I don't care who it is. You do not want you don't want no dead spots in your thing. So and you don't want no air leaks. So people throw wood, they throw wood in there, right? Me personally, I got my box is made out of birch wood, right? And I resin the whole inside of my box. I brace the inside of my box, and I resin the outside of my box. You see what I'm saying? So my box is made out of wood, and there's resin throughout the whole entire box. So there's no chance of air leaks. There's no chance of if it gets wet. I don't want to worry about that. Now the subwoofer box you're talking about is the ones that like Jack sells. So you got to remember those fiberglass boxes are probably only what an 1/8 inch thick, maybe
Yeah.
a 1/2 inch thick. You got to remember that causes flex. When you flex, you lose. Okay, so my box is 3/4 inch wood on top of an 1/8 inch of MDF or resin because
Yeah,
I have resin and I have uh, fiberglass hair and matting. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you're adding strength to your box where you're not gonna have your box blow apart. You're not gonna have your box split. You're not gonna have any flex in it. Granted, sometimes flex is good, but most of the time it's not.
yeah. I got you. I definitely got you, man. That's good information, man. Good information, man. I think we had a question, Roderick Youngblood. Let me put it back on the
That's
screen.
big
Has
rod. That's
anyone
big rod.
won a competition with a sealed box, or is the ported the best way to go?
I don't know. I think for in the slingshot community right now, I haven't heard a sealed box that can keep up with a ported box in the slingshot community. Maybe in the car community, but not in the slingshot community.
It won't be able to.
It won't be able to keep up.
There's not enough room for it to breathe. There's not enough room for the speaker to breathe in a sealed box, unless you're going to put it in a fourth order. And there's not enough room in a slingshot, unless you do what RCB is doing, or unless you do what that dude with the 415s is doing, where you're taking all that space to turn it into a fourth order. That's the only way you're going to get a sealed box to perform. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely you got him out there, though. You definitely got him out there.
But if you see all of those, like, I know nobody goes off of numbers, but I guarantee you there's not one slingshot that's in a sealed box that's hitting over 132, 133 dB. You see what I'm saying? I guarantee you every ported box that's out there, they're hitting over 140 dB. 138 minimum, and they're over 140 dB, because now you got the subwoofer to breathe more.
I understand. I definitely understand. So, Megatron.
Yes, sir.
So you feeling comfortable with those 210s instead of your 12s, bro?
Absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
So in this sense, we saying bigger is not better.
It's always it's not the size of the gun, it's the effect of the bullet.
Say that again. Say that again.
It's not the size of the gun, it's the effect of the bullet.
I got you.
That's true. That is true.
I got you.
Bigger is not always better.
Absolutely.
Less is more, believe it or not. Less is more sometimes.
I always believe that 10 is the most aggressive speaker anyway, be honest with you.
Yeah.
It goes in and out faster than a 12 ever will.
A good 10 can run with a 12.
It doesn't. Yeah, and it doesn't have this. So you got to remember, a 10 can mess with a 12 because you have frequency responses you're working with. You have X-Max you're working with. You're working with different features in that subwoofer that you can play in that box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can have a sundress with a girl that's in a model in a sundress, or you can have a big girl in a sundress. They both fit a sundress, but they just shouldn't be. One of them should not be.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Hey, we're gonna go on this commercial break, and then when we get back, man, I want to jump into DSPs, man. I want to jump in heavy into that DSP, because sometimes you can get the wrong DSP and you won't get the right sound. So it ain't just about, you know, saying I got a DSP. You got to get the right DSP. So we're gonna get into the commercial. We'll be right back.
Welcome to ATL Slingshot Store.
ATL Slingshot Store. Our store and installation shop is located in Kennesaw, Georgia, and on the web at atlslingshotstore.com. We offer aftermarket parts for the Polaris Slingshot and Vanderhall, body kits, LED lights, stereo equipment, air ride, rims, and installation services. Our primary offering is acrylic aftermarket parts with the option for personal customization. Parts are cut with an in-house CNC laser cutting machine. In addition, we are the dealer for various vendors. In-store financing offered through Snap Finance and online through Affirm. We offer the recently launched DDM Works Limelights. The Chaser LED kits can be purchased in a variety of packages, from only wheel rings and underglow to a full kit. Our focus is the installation of basic sound systems to medium-sized builds. We proudly offer the speaker brand PRV from Brazil. This year, we are bringing in a new brand to the Atlanta market, Torque Audio.
Thank you for your support for the last 3 years. We'll continue to make parts for your toys.
All right, and we are back, man. We are back. That was me paying some bills. But hey, let's get into this DSP, man. Let's get into this DSP. I know everybody on the screen got a DSP, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So let's start off with before y'all get too high tech, because I know Little Bully and Megatron and Little Chris, I know y'all ready to go. Listen, it is a DSP. It is a digital sound processor, right? Listen, it is used to enhance your sound, right?
Wrong.
What you mean wrong?
Wrong.
What you
It's
mean?
A
used,
DSP is not
it's
to.
used to,
A DSP is not. It's used to use. So it's not to enhance it. It's to be able to get in the parameters of the speaker. So you can't make a better fighter fight if you're just training them the same way. So like the DSP is to give. So like for example, a speaker plays well between frequencies. I don't know. Say like my speaker. My speaker plays good from 1500 hertz to 40,000 hertz, right? But I don't want my speaker to play that full rate, that full frequency, because I have other speakers to play as well. So you have it all work together. It doesn't enhance it. It just fine tunes it and it works within the speaker.
Well, listen,
Sorry.
Luch. Listen, Luch. It with your DSP, it allows you to control your crossovers, your equalizer, and that results in a better sound overall, right?
mhm. A DSP is like a church choir. It's gonna put everybody where they belong.
Correct. Correct.
So you got your people that sing low. You got your tenors. You got
Yeah.
everybody got a different voice. And what the DSP does is let the speaker know what his voice, or let him play at his voice.
Yeah.
So
And
you
it
That's
puts
the
telling
every
me,
best way I
speaker
can
at a certain.
explain it.
so you telling me with the DSP, I can control every speaker on the Slingshot.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
Every single one.
Yeah.
and you can
Every
stop
single one.
bass.
Because you got to
You can
remember.
stop bass from coming out of your
Yeah.
tweeters. You can protect your speakers. People
But
spending
hold
a
on.
lot of
You
money
said
on
you
them.
can't you can't make every speaker work and
Mm.
control every single one of them because I know a lot of people are putting 8 speakers on one amp. So that one
Amplified,
amp,
correct. Which
that
is crazy.
DSP, that DSP is going to be able to work off that amp. So whatever that amp is set up to throw out, that's what those speakers are set up. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are like, "Oh, Luch,
So
why are you running 4 channels?" And that reason why I'm running 4 channels,
Yep.
4 channel amps, I may not get as much power as you guys get, but
Hmm.
I can literally
So,
switch
yep.
out everything I want. Horns, drivers, mid bass, subwoofers. I can literally set it all up. Like also, you heard my bike when I had the DS18
yeah.
DSP. Now that you thought that sounded good before, now I gotta tweak day and night, bro. But you also seen how it got tuned before. Shout out to Adrian for helping me out in Florida. That's my boy. Shout out to Adrian. He tunes it off of that. You see how I tune now with mics.
With the microphones.
With the mics. Yeah.
Oh shit. We talking now. But listen, I want to go back to what y'all said. Dragon, Lil Chris. So it's not good to put, say you got 10 eights. It's not cool to put them on the same amp. Is that what y'all saying?
Yep.
But they all gonna play
Yeah,
at the same
absolutely.
frequency. They all the same size. They all the same brand. Why not put them
Okay.
on the same frequency on that amp?
Well, see,
Why
here's the thing.
why do
Each
you have
speaker,
a jab and then a hook? Why do you have a jab and a hook and a cross?
Right.
They're both literally they both got fist. They're both the same length. You just because you have all the same speakers. If I have a speaker facing this way and a speaker facing this way, right? I want this speaker to be able to set my so if I want my speaker to sound a certain way 20 feet away, 30 feet away, or 40 feet away, I'm gonna position my microphones so that it reads what's coming out of there versus here. Because if you got a speaker right here, you don't want the speaker screaming just as loud as the one all the way 7 feet away. It doesn't have to scream that loud. So why do that?
but not only that too. Each speaker has their own characteristic, and that's where the
Yeah.
DSP can really come into play and help you out. RTA and the DSP can basically show you which each speaker you can have 8 of the same speakers, the same brand, and I
Okay.
guarantee you they're all going to play different. They're going to have
There,
different
that's
frequencies that they
absolutely
love
true.
to play and certain frequencies that they love to play. And that's where the RTA and the DSP come in together, where you can figure that out and you can, blend them in there with that.
It,
And then the other
that's the
cute,
same
the other,
thing. Yeah.
the other good thing a lot of people miss off of the DSP too is that Q. A lot of people think it just,
QTS. The
your
QTS,
Q,
yeah.
that Q is real important too. That fills that gap. Like my man was saying earlier, you got a bass playing at 40 hertz or 60 hertz, and then the mid bass jumps in at 100.
150.
That gap in
That's
there,
exactly
you
the
know,
numbers. Yeah.
that's where that Q can really help you out to kind of blend it all in.
Everything together, correct.
The way it works is the same thing as looking at, just because all the eights are built in the same house and everything else. So look at twins, identical twins, right? Identical twins, they look alike. Some of them behave alike, but the emotional one behind that same twin, or the way that twin behaves herself or himself, is completely different. But they're twins, same birthday, they're time and a half, 2-3 minutes later on, they're born, but it's a completely different type of character that other twin has.
Little Chris, what are they talking about, Little Chris? Little Chris, what are they talking about?
Well, with me, I got 12 eighths on this thing, far as mid-range and somewhat a little bit of mid-bass. On those, I have 1, 2, 3, or 4 amps running each set of 4. Okay, because see, it's still an imaging thing, for my opinion. It's an imaging. Like I said, one thing about me, I get the frequency, and they're definitely on to the right track. But like I said, I also tune by ear. I know being that I tune sound, and like the gentleman, I forget his name up top, I also come from a car side, okay, for many years.
Yep.
This year is a big milestone.
So with that, it's definitely, to me, it's just a pumped up splitter. That's what I see a DSP being. I do have one, yes, but when you're talking about sound on the outside, you got to do something differently. Because see, when you start using a splitter or a Y jack, you're going to lose frequency when you split it so many times. This guy puts that sound frequency back. Okay, it's supposed the DSP takes it and puts the quality of the sound that you're splitting, so you can do as many output, as many amps as you want that it allows you to do. To me, and then, like you said, with the help of setting the frequency, the crossovers, you're able to get that amp on that speaker sounding to the sound you want. But you also got to take in consideration of what it is housed in. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
The heat dissipation, and you also, with a DSP, you can add AC voltage going into the amp. So, for example, your amp does good at 0.7 volt. You can throw my DSP, you can throw all the way up to 20 volt, which you shouldn't, but you can adjust everything on your DSP. He said imaging, so I didn't want to say anything, but I actually set mine up off of imaging. Mm-hmm. So, and the reason why, well, you guys seen it, my headrests behind my head are doing one purpose. I want that to sound good inside the sling. The 2 horns I have in my center console, that's for the inside of my sling. It's not to make it louder. It's so that it can sound good on the inside of the sling. Now, my pods in my rear, are to hit everything from the left side and the right side of my sling. And in the caddy corner diagonal from my mirror is what I want those pods to hit. My rear hits everything from 180 degree from the back part of my sling. So that's why you set that up. And I'm set up for 40 feet away. I sound good all the way up to like 136 feet, to be precise. 136 feet. I sound really good. But it doesn't change from 40 feet to 136. You still have everything where it sounds good. It just goes ahead, and so you won't hear the tweeter as fine when you go further out. So when he talks about imaging, I thought I was the only one that did that with a slingshot. But shout out to Little Chris. Little Chris, the older one, or the younger one, or whatnot.
Yeah. I take it all.
Yeah. All right. So let me start off with Megatron on this one, man. When it comes to DSPs, do you get what you pay for? Do you get what you pay for? Absolutely. Like is a Nike, a Converse, or what? Or is it you get what you like? Listen, I can go out there and buy something for cheap, and I can say I got one of them, but then I can go out buy the same thing but high class. So when it comes to DSP, is it you get what you put into it?
That is like everything in life. I mean, from a car to different quality speakers to different name brands. For most of these guys who are coming from the car audio can relate. The only difference that Slingshot bring to the table is that we have to apply more power to get a better sound because we're playing outdoors. We're not playing in a acoustic setting, and that is because what you could hear with 25 watts in a car, you need 250 watts to hear the same thing in a Slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
So what it applies, you need good quality equipment in a Slingshot for it to sound good, because we're playing outdoors, we're playing in open space, and so stuff can't be overpowered or it can't be underpowered. So for you to get a good speaker sounding that way, it has to be a good quality speaker. So definitely goes along with every equipment, amplifiers, DSPs, speakers, tweeters, subwoofer. It all have to be good quality. That's the only way you're going to hear what you need to hear. Not what you want to hear, is what you need to hear.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my next thing I would say to that, Megatron, Dragon, Lil Chris, Sling Life, Luch, the next thing I would say to that is that how will we know what can I do with a cheap DSP that I can do with an expensive DSP? What can I do?
One goes in the garbage. One
goes in the garbage. Like, Sling Life, that's an honest question, Sling Life. I want to know, what can I do with this cheap DSP that I can do better stuff? What's the difference?
I will say, first of all, what's your definition of cheap DSP?
There you go. I'm glad you touched that.
Under $100. Under $100, that's cheap, bro.
Well, hold on now. I tell you what now, the DSR1 is under $100, and that is a very good DSP. The only problem with it, the DSR1, Rockford Gate DSR1.
Under what?
It's like right at under $100.
No, it's not, bro. No, it's not. They're $300.
No. DSR1
is not costing you no $300. I got one in my garage right now. $300.
I got two right now, and I had
paid $100 each. You bought them used. You bought them used. You had to buy them used.
You've been robbed.
You bought them used.
You've been robbed.
You bought them used. You're not gonna get Rockford Fosgate. Do you know who Rockford Fosgate is?
Bro, if you pay $300 for a DSR1, you've been robbed.
Well, how long ago you bought that? How long ago you bought that?
Bro, I don't use it now, but I'm just saying. But
how long ago you bought that?
Let's look it up right now.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
If you pay $300,
you got the knockoff. You got the knockoff.
They got one on.
It's a decent deal. It's a decent DSP, but
listen to me. It ain't no $100. I know that much.
They got one on Wish for $29.99.
Luch, look at the message.
They got one on Wish for $29.99.
What, in China?
No, on Wish.
Wish. That's China. Goddamn it.
Luch, they said shut the hell
up. There's no way you could get a Rockford Fosgate DSR1 for no $100, bro.
Yeah.
And I bought mine 2 years ago.
Bro, I'm telling you,
look it up. You got the knockoff, because there's a lot of Gucci and Louis Vuitton that's out there that people think that they got it for $200, but it's a knockoff.
Even if
it's a damn replica.
Even if it's a knockoff, it's still performing the same thing.
No, it don't, man. No, it don't. You get what you pay for. That's why you don't use it, right?
Okay, guys. Well, tell me, what is it that a cheap DSP is not going to do that the high-end, upscale, premium DSP is going to do? What is the difference?
Well, one of the things I know for the cheaper ones, they're user-friendly because they don't have a lot of options.
Oh, shit. That's not good, though. That's not good, Sling Life.
Not necessarily. The experts are considered cheap ones, and they have a whole bunch of all kind of stuff inside them. They're 8 channels, they're all, but it's just cheap manufacturing.
I was gonna say something, but they told me to shut up, so I'm gonna shut up.
No, come on in here, Come on in.
Listen, man, this is an important question, man, because listen, somebody out there is watching right now, or they're gonna watch later, and when they go get their DSP, they need to know what they looking for, what they shopping for, bro.
All right. Well, to me, it depends on personal preference with some of that. For me, I have a ground zero. What that is, that allows me to hook my computer up. I can see a wider screen at one time. So I'm able to change everything on one amp, if you want to say, and see all my frequencies, the crossover points. I can see everything in one time versus keep flipping back to this to try to remember what I did over here versus doing over here. It's like plug and play. It's like boom, I can flip through it. So with
that's
that,
the software. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
That's a
with
software
that,
thing.
it allows me to be a little bit more. I can get in a little deeper. I can go as far as seeing everything. So I ain't got. It takes the guesswork out of it. And once you get spoiled by that, that's kind of it for me. And you can still do the dongle if you like and do the remote. But you always. I don't even put a dongle in mine because I like to see everything. So when I take my computer out, the way I got the bike set up, I can plug in and make my changes.
Chris,
And it also depends on the person. I mean, if you got somebody that's not competing and they want a clean sound, I mean, they can get what they want on a budget and be fine.
Yep.
True.
I agree.
It's competition level, right?
Everybody
It's
don't compete.
competition level, right? Mm-hmm.
So
So
it all depends. It's going to be
what I
your
was
personal preference, really.
Yep.
No, it's what your pocket can afford.
Look, Chris,
Yep.
it sounds like you got something against the dongle, bro. It sounds like you got a
No,
problem.
ain't nothing wrong with the dongle, but the dongle, I see it opens up certain doors. It opens up certain doors that, can be hacked, I see. But with me, once I usually play with this thing and I have a test spot I go to, once I set it, I don't have to go back in it and say, let me do this, let me do that. I pretty much got it where it need to be. The rest is when I push play and play the songs that McCall like, with the bike like, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so for our audience, man, we're referencing dongle. So the dongle is the item that you plug into the DSP.
Right. You plug
allows you
into
to
it and
go
it makes
Bluetooth.
right. Gives the remote.
Right, it's
Yeah.
Bluetooth.
So therefore,
to your phone.
Right. Well, I would say that's a positive thing, right? I mean, if you don't have to plug your laptop in there, you can Bluetooth it into your phone. The thing is, though, if you don't lock
Bluetooth is gonna mess you up, man. I was gonna just tell you, Lemon Drop got dirty because it was set up like that. So like I was telling you before, like I had a DS18 DSP, and it sounded like it was okay. It was okay, but it's not the same software. It's not the same thing that you normally get. So when I jumped up, and granted, I'm not promoting anybody other than my brand, but I run a different DSP. Everything is so much better, cleaner. The frequencies, everything, the software that you're running, because you got more options. Not only that, so I would never run a Bluetooth DSP ever in my life again. Trash, complete trash. Complete trash.
Well, I wouldn't say you would never run one, but you have the option of removing the dongle so that way nobody can interfere with it.
That's
But what you need to also understand, you're running off of a Bluetooth connection as well. So like right now, for example, the DSP I have, you got to use that wire that goes from a printer into my computer, into my DSP. So like, and you have a login for that. You can't nobody can just go ahead and tap into my DSP. You have saved settings. Like mine, I got 4 different settings that I got saved. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I'm in Colorado, by the way, Larry.
Okay.
So my thing is, so right now, I have it where, all right, if I want to go ahead and play specifically just in the open, and like this right now, I got an Echo right now. I'm not going to use or be in a setting where the Echo is going to affect me. So when you go in a tent, like a lot of people are like, oh, go under a tent. If you listen to your sling under a tent, and then you listen to a sling that's not under your tent, completely different sound. So with the DSP, you can change everything up. And honestly, I strictly and strongly believe you pay what you get for. And at the end of the day, a plastic DSP is not going to dissipate heat as much. It's not gonna do a lot of Lucha's homeless.
Damn.
I think it's stupid. So there's just so many other. There's so many other different things that play into consideration when you're getting a DSP and what you're wanting it to do. Plain and simple. And I'll stop talking from there. Jose, you're gay.
Yo, let me ask y'all this, man. So listen, Megatron, we talking about a regular person gets a Slingshot. They don't want to compete, but they want to sound good. Do they need a DSP or don't they need a DSP? Don't want to compete. I just want a sound system. Do they need a DSP?
No, not at all.
No.
DSP is for the more advanced listeners or for more advanced people with sound. I think that DSP can be very confusing. A lot of people don't know nothing about parametric equalization.
Right.
They don't know
Right.
nothing about separation of frequencies. I mean, they're struggling with just bass and treble. So you give them a DSP, they're completely lost. The music is going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's not everybody needed. I started out without it, and I definitely used to get good sound as long as you're doing the separation. A five channel equalizer is more than enough to actually give it. But when you step into the ring with competitors, you need to more fine tune and that's what a DSP does, allow you to fine tune your system. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do better. They'll do better just investing their money in a good head unit.
There you go.
Head unit's going to have
80 DSP.
It's going to have like a little mini DSP in there anyway.
Yeah, a Pioneer 80 PRS has a DSP in it. If you don't want to compete, spend the $400 or $500 on that, and that you can literally set everything up from there. And it's literally that radio has a DSP just like that. It believe it or not, and I'm good friends with Rob at DS18, but it has a better DSP in that radio than that DS18 DSP had. And
Well, put like this, Luch,
where you have time alignment and everything.
But Luch, how many people can adjust that? How many people can play with a DSP?
The owner.
The owner? Yeah, people can't even set up the regular equalizer that they have on the radio.
Oh, I thought you meant like
we're talking about competition. We're talking about
the average person.
Yeah, the average person.
Yeah. Not very
They
many.
use
I'm
the
not gonna lie,
preset like rock, pop, jazz. That's all they use.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. A lot of people can because I've been doing audio for 14 years professionally as a business, and I just learned about DSPs when I got my Sling.
See,
so I'm not even gonna front and act like there's so much you can learn from it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this question. Let me ask this question. I want to maybe the audience can chirp in. So, Little Chris, Sling Life, Dragon, Megatron, and Luch. If you guys are all standing on the street outside, and let's say 3 Slingshots come by with space between them, with 40 seconds between each one, playing their music, can you tell who has a DSP and who doesn't have a DSP?
Yes. Distortion you can tell off of rip. Well, rather, yes, you can, because you can hear it, but at the same time, each speaker is different. So if they're running a DSP, but their DSP is literally ran specifically for their highs, you know what I mean? Like an EQ and a DSP, a lot of people are like, oh, I can run EQs and it's going to be the same. Understandable. But a DSP is specific. So if you say 86 hertz to 121 hertz, that's all that speaker is playing. You can't do that with a knob on an EQ. You can't.
Well, I don't know, because in a perfect world, yeah, you probably could, but it depends on the tuner.
Exactly.
It really do. I agree. Because I had
just didn't do right. You can have somebody without a DSP sound better.
Remember, we were coming from the days of where systems were sounding good way before DSPs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
Equalizers was the shit.
Yeah. So the first good digital processor I ever heard of was a Kenwood, and it went in your dashboard. It looked like an equalizer. It looked like the radio, and it looked to the radio.
There you go. So there was a lot of all they was able to do was just give you a broader spectrum. I think DSP came into play when home theater came into effect. When you had all these multi channels, then you have to have a parametric equalizer. You got to have a 31 band. You got to have a 40-50 band. So everybody, I just recently learned that Nakamichi just went into the DSP business.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Nakamichi, now, if we know anything about audio, we're going back to one of the best. They made one of the best tape decks ever been made. They used to sell a tape deck in the 80s for $3,000. That was a freaking regular cassette deck.
What about Harman Kardon? Did they make one yet?
I don't in the audio world they do, but Nakamichi sold everything out for home theater and went directly now into car audio.
Oh,
So when you
wow.
want, so you're talking about a good
I didn't
DSP,
know that.
you might be spending $3,000 for the DSP, not the DSR1 Dragon. $100 on the side of the road. So that sounds like New York and Chinatown that you're gonna get the damn DSR1 for
I'm gonna check
$100.
Wish. I'm gonna check Wish real quick. Yeah, they got it on there for $88.
Somebody said DSR wannabe is for $100.
That's funny.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Look, sky's the limit, man. Nowadays, the whole idea of the slingshot, I'm so happy to see where it has opened up a whole new platform for sound, because we never thought. I mean, you'd have to go to like a big concert to get good sound, and they're using thousands. I don't know if anybody remember the Wall of Death that happened at where Macintosh used like 26 amplifiers to drive an entire wall back in what do you call it, that place? Where they had that big concert where a lot of hippies used to party at, Woodstock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was like the first outdoor setup. This was in the 60s.
Yeah.
And it took so much power for them to perform that concert. Now we're doing the same thing with the Slingshot because we have no acoustics to work with. We have no reverberation of bouncing off of anything. So those speakers, you have to select the right speakers for your Slingshot.
Yeah.
Tell me you wasn't running around in the 60s.
No, but I gather enough knowledge from the 60s because I'm a big audiophile. I'm an audiophile way before I was a car audio guy. Since my teenage years, I've been messing with audio.
All right, fellas, we're gonna get into a commercial, man. Let me pay some bills and we'll be right back.
In 2022, the Three-Wheel Showdown has become one of the fastest growing three-wheel showcasing for the Polaris Slingshot, Can-Am Rikers, the T-Rexes, the Vanderhall, from the East Coast to the Midwest to the sights of California, and has awarded over $50,000 in cash and prizes throughout the year. It's about to get bigger and better. Welcome to the 2023 Three-Wheel Showdown, coming to a city near you, bringing you some of the livest entertainment, the best sound competition. When the Three-Wheel Showdown comes to your town, it's fun for the entire family, live entertainment for the young and old, and win a little cash while you're having some fun. Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Los Angeles, California, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, New York City, Slidell, Louisiana, Wisconsin Dells, Charlotte, North Carolina, French Lick, Indiana, the all-new Legends Ball, Atlanta, Georgia, Las Vegas, Nevada, and also to be announced, Charleston, South Carolina, Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, and Little Rock, Arkansas. For more information or directions, log on to showdownrally.com. And also in part by your proud sponsor, Light the Night LED, to come out and have some fun with the Three-Wheel Showdown. Just tell a friend, bring a friend, so we all can be friends after the weekend at the Three-Wheel Showdown.
All right, and we back, man. Hey, we want to wrap up this DSP, but before we wrap it up, I want to say that in the hardware of Apple AirPods and the Amazon Echo speakers, they have DSPs in the hardware. So you know how that sounds. Everybody has Apple AirPods; they know they sound good, and the Echo Show that many people have in their house, the speaker box, they all have DSP in their hardware. So I just researched that a while ago. But
already have everything, even every phone have a DSP built in. DSP is just the standard of processing any type of sound source or any type of signal. That's basically what it does.
Yeah.
It's just the quality of it is what makes the difference.
But I wanted to say that, Megatron, because someone listening don't really understand what a DSP is, but they got Apple AirPods. They got them. So they have a device that has the DSP in it.
Right.
So they might not know it, but I know there's tons of people with the Apple AirPods, and there's tons of people that have the Amazon Echo speakers in their house, talking to Alexa every day. But those things have DSPs built into the hardware. So just think, I would never need DSP, but you do. You already have it. You already have it in some type of form. You know what I'm saying? Man, so listen, man, that's all I really got, man. But I want to open up the floor to you guys, man. I know some of you guys been to some of the shows, man, some of the sounds competitions, and We talked about the BBLs and everything. I want to know what you guys want to talk about. What you guys seen? What's on your mind as far as what you've seen in the shows and what you're looking forward to. So let's open up the floor, man. Dragon, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Oh man. I don't know. Like I said, I've been in a few shows. Like I said, I'm always tinkering on my bike, and I've watched video. I guess one thing I'm like, man, would y'all please stop playing that damn swoop? I'm sick of that damn song, man.
What, your bike can't play it?
My bike can play it, bro. My bike can play
it. Damn, nigga, John.
You know what? You sound like
why
you
are so many
out,
people
bro.
knocking out of that song? I mean, here it is. That's the only song that could give you a bass note at 40 hertz. You know that, right?
No, that's not the only song that can give you.
Give me a song. Give me another one. Give me one.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Living on a prayer.
What is the competition? They always say everything based off of quality, balance,
clarity, yeah,
and clarity and balance, right? And that damn swoop, you waiting fucking what 30, 40 seconds for that one note.
Yeah.
Where's the balance and clarity in that, bro? That's the point I'm trying to make. You know, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Look, it's not everything in life that we like. We're gonna have it the way we want. Some people bikes are comfortable with it, and they've been winning with it.
Here's the thing, though: if the judges are judging by their standards and their criteria of the contest, that song would kill you every time. And some of the judges are starting to catch on to that.
But hold on, you have 1 minute to play, right? Or 30 seconds. And as long as you get that, once you get that drop within that 30 seconds, it's okay.
But it's not a bass competition. It's a balance and clarity competition.
So in which show?
Everybody's trying to make it a bass competition. That's not, it's a balance and clarity. So that means
no music can sound good without bass, man.
I'm saying you should have everything though, bro. If you playing a competition song, you should have everything.
So then guess what?
Just like do you think if you got 2 rounds, right? Do you think one of those rounds should have mandatory vocals?
Yeah.
Well, if for those who don't like all these music that people are selecting, they need to come up with a playlist that is required for their particular shows.
Yeah, I like that idea too. Because now then you basically tune your bike to the playlist.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's tuning their bike to their favorite song.
You know,
so
that's good too.
Yeah, a playlist needs to be made, and if your bike can't meet that criteria, then you lose.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm good with that too. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, man, that I'm just sick of swoop. I just put it like that, bro. But you know what? But Megatron, next time you and I see each other, I'll play it for you.
Dragon.
Hey, guess what, man? Dragon. Let me tell you, when I first heard it, I fell in love. You could ask All Star.
Yeah.
You play that on the highway like all day long.
That was at the pizza bar.
Yeah, man, that's that bass drops so hard. If your sling can't handle it, we use that as the anthem of how much your bass can handle. That's how I look at it.
I got a question now. So you got 2 people playing in the ring, and it turned out to be a tie, right? And everybody know the rule of a tie. You play the same song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why even deal with playing the other songs? Why not beat the chase and everybody play the same song from Jump Start?
I was gonna ask that question.
True.
Yeah.
True. But again,
I was gonna ask
this one would be for Luch in terms of how much when you tune your bike. Is it possible to tune the bike to play every song right? No way.
No.
Okay, so every bike has its own characteristics. I mean, okay, on Dragon's bike, I would definitely give him credit on one of the songs that he always play. It's called, I think, Notice Me.
Oh, what?
He always dancing to that one. I think it's called Notice Me or something like that.
Yeah, when the bass hit, he always dance.
I don't even know what song you talking about, bro.
No. The one that goes
mystical.
I got you, baby. I got you, baby. Something like that. You
talking about Yellow Wolf, man. I only played that song once in one competition, bro.
But that's the one that you were. That's the most exciting competition that you had.
that was in Florida. I think that was at the
that was at the Super Bowl. That was at the Super Bowl.
yeah,
Man.
bro.
That was at the Super Bowl last
that
year.
energy you had at that show was second to none. I ain't never seen it again.
Listen, hey, Megatron. Now, and Luch and Megatron, y'all seem to agree that when a bike is tuned, it can't play every song, boy. It can't. Is that what you guys said?
So,
are you saying that it's compensating for something? Like when you compensate mid bass for bass, are you saying that a 100% tuned bike can't play every song?
So, like, put it this way. So, like, when you tune, right? And I hope my daughter gets here with my fucking charger. But so when you tune a bike, you're tuning a bike to sound a specific way at specific frequencies, right? So, like, your go-to is Killer Cam, right? That's your big
I'm
song.
I'm gonna cam your ass.
Now, if I got a song, you're playing that frequency is completely different than a car swoop or game day or something like that, or make us stronger. You know what I mean? So like those songs are good. My bike sounds really good at Make Us Stronger. My bike sounds really good on all of them, but it sounds way better in different songs. Does that make sense? You see how like that Spanish song that everybody plays, and
yes, sir.
Everybody plays that song.
Luch, I just played it. I just played it the other day, Luch. I just played it.
And why did you play it?
Because I needed to come out loud.
Exactly, loud, not clear. There's a lot of difference between loud and clear and crystal. There's a difference. So like when everyone's like, oh, I just want to be loud. If I want to be loud, I'm gonna play a jazz song. It's not gonna be as loud as you, but I promise you, it's gonna be clearer than a song than what that song is. You know why? Because at that song, if you look at that song is actually recorded dirty. So people are literally sacrificing their vehicles. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because that was my go-to song when I was tuning. But the song itself is recorded dirty. So you're setting your car up to be recorded and tuned on a dirty signal of a recordings on it. No, I guarantee you nobody is tuning their bikes off of a USB. I promise you that everybody's off of Bluetooth. Everybody that competes is off of Bluetooth. You know how many people actually come? I'm gonna be running USB because USB is a way cleaner sound. And what's his name? Megatron will tell you that's where it's at right there.
Luch,
I use my Apple AirPlay direct connection.
Yeah, or direct connection.
Definitely get a better sound because Bluetooth codecs was only very limited in transferring that frequency over to the car.
Yeah. I was told not to talk.
Making all that noise.
I was told not to talk.
All right, Dragon, you got anything else, man? That was good, Dragon. I appreciate that, man. But Dragon, I swooped somebody this weekend, Dragon.
I know, I saw it, bro. I heard swoop like
don't do that to me, Dragon.
I'm like, how the hell y'all in Myrtle Beach with 10 bikes and everybody playing swoop?
Listen, bro. Listen. What you're not gonna do, Dragon, what you're not gonna do is come on this channel disrespecting. Now listen, I swoop. Listen,
I'm just saying, bro.
Somebody tried to swoop me, and I swooped right back.
I swooped All-Star when I went against All-Star. I swooped All-Star.
No, I ain't talking about you, Luke. I'm talking about this weekend. Somebody tried to swoop me.
I know, I seen that. I was like, oh shit, here we go. The swoop battle.
That's the anthem, bro. That song ain't going nowhere. That song is not gonna go nowhere.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care what you say. That damn song "Swoop" belongs to Phoenix. That's her motherfucking song.
Yep.
That's her motherfucking song. Anytime she swoops somebody, it's something that's gonna be done. That's all I'm saying. And it's
I'm finna say this, man, and I'm done with it. I blame Batman for that. She started that shit.
An iPhone charger.
She started that shit like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I heard it's been around for a while.
Batman out of Texas started that damn swoop shit. She played that shit like damn near 5 years ago, and everybody been crazy with it ever since.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
No, Dragon. I've seen Phoenix. I've seen Phoenix just tear people up on that song. It's like she just baits the trap and lets them walk into that shit, and then she just
Nice of you to show
I'm,
up.
I'm I'm not knocking it because I'm a firm believer. Play the songs that your bike can
That
play. I'm a
sounds good
firm
on your
believer
bike.
in that.
That's it. That's it.
And some people bikes can, like I say, can play the hell out of it. I'm just saying, me personally,
Let
I'm
me
just
switch this up because my
I'm
battery's
just
about to
worn
die.
out from it. And there's and the thing, and the only reason I really say that because there's so many other songs out there, bro, that you can get, that you can find that 40, that 30. I mean, it's some great songs out there,
Dragon.
that
Dragon.
you
What
can
if the judges are not ready for new music, Dragon? You want to get a W. You want to get a first place win. And if you
yeah.
go tampering with new music, man, Chris Sling Life, do you
Look
stick
here.
to the playlist?
Look
Hey,
here, bro.
see,
Do I what?
okay.
I always just want to say this, bro. I would rather play the song that I know my bike can play and play the hell out of it and lose, and I'm cool with that. Because eventually, you know, the judges, bro. I mean, there's been shows where judges like, well, you playing your bike too loud. I turn my bike down. No, you playing it not loud enough. But then again, you got people in the crowd saying, bro, you shouldn't have lost. And I mean, it is what it is. I don't really give a fuck. I'm having fun, man. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm playing my bike and play what I like. I think the hype the crowd and get off all
Like
this
you say,
bullshit.
man,
I think
everybody hears differently. Everybody hears differently. So that
right.
is the thing. As a true audiophile, the only way to measure these frequencies is the professional setup with microphones.
I think personally,
And numbers. And
if right
numbers.
now Swoop is the song to play, because if you notice, every year some other song come out. You had Morning BJ, you got
Yeah,
Overdose,
yep,
you got
yep,
Killer Cam came out.
yep,
Now
yep.
it's Swoop. I don't know. We gotta wait.
Well,
Find
Swoop
somebody
came
gonna
back.
find something that's gonna catch your ear, and then
Swoop,
that's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
running with it.
You know
That's
what?
all.
I
That's
think
all
the
that
new
is.
song is that grimy.
Yes.
That's the new one right there. Listen,
So I have a
I tried
question
to
for
play
you
that
guys.
shit. I tried to play against Bounty Hunter, and she came back and grimied me down.
Slap your ass.
Yeah, she
Let me
did.
tell you,
Yeah, she
Bounty
Stop
did.
Hunter,
stealing people's songs, man. Find your own damn song. Stop
man.
stealing people's
Yeah, you
songs
know
and
what?
find
They
your
need to
own
stop
song.
doing that. Don't play my music that I just played.
Ever
That's
since
Hey,
funny.
ever
Dragon.
since some, I'm
I
gonna
have
tell
a.
you,
I was
ever since
just about to
somebody
ask that.
realized what Shazam is, oh
Oh
man,
boy.
Yeah,
You know
oh
what?
man,
You
that's
know how many
funny.
people that don't know about Shazam? That's
Oh,
a
So right
shame.
now,
You
so All
cannot be in
Star.
the music industry and don't know about Shazam. They even got the damn show on TV. God damn it!
I
All
Shazam,
Star.
I
All Star.
Shazam
You just said.
everywhere,
Yeah,
You just
a
said.
lot of my music comes right off of social media, right off
man.
of
I'll
Yeah,
be,
Instagram
mine
when they
too.
use
Mine
them
too.
as of
Yeah,
reels and stuff like that. I go searching
mine's
for
too.
it.
man.
Yep,
I
mine
was in
too.
the elevator in Tampa and heard a song. I Shazammed it just so I could hear how it sound.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
All Star. All Star. I
yeah.
have a question for you because you said no to this. So this goes to the whole panel. How do you guys feel? Because how do you guys feel about going in the lane? Because at the end of the day, the competition is to see who sounds better, right?
Right, correct.
Not necessarily who's the loudest, not necessarily who has the most bass, but who sounds better, right? So
Right.
who are you opposed to somebody playing a song that has vocals, both of them play vocals. Somebody has good bass, both you get a song that has good bass, they both play good bass. How do you feel about that? Because I think you want to compare apples to apples, right? You don't want to win a trophy because you got more bass, but they whooped your ass in highs, or you don't want to win because you got more highs and they got less bass. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what actually. Let's keep it 100. Texas and all of these, and New York and Jersey and all that, they got bass, right? But everybody's chasing bass. Nobody's chasing highs. So how do
Right.
you guys feel? How do you
Yeah.
guys feel about running same song, same everything? You literally let me go ahead and play Overdose, and I want to hear, or me personally, I would choose a Spanish song. Why? Because you got trumpets, you got drums, you got all of these different instruments that you want to hear. Like when I was tuning my bike, I heard a song, right? And I tuned my bike. I swear to God, I thought I blew my speakers, bro. I swear to God, I was pissed off. Me and my tuner, I was yelling at my tuner like, "Yo, my nigga, like you just blew $800 in speakers, B." He was like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?" I was like, "You don't hear that?" He was like, "Bro, that's the pick in the guitar that you're hearing." I literally had to go that night to the bar and listen to a real life guitar to see if he was lying to me. And it literally sounded exactly the same. So like that's the difference between going against somebody just for loudness, or do I want to hear that pick in that guitar, or do I want to hear the triangle when they're playing it, or do I want to hear the clarinet? You know what I mean? So how do you feel about that? Because you just said you didn't want that, but how do you feel, and how does the panel feel about somebody going ahead and playing the same song? Because I feel if I play a song and you beat me on that same song, you got it.
Right. That's correct. That's correct. Luch, it's like this. When you in that ring and your opponent goes first, you're gonna hear the voices come out of nowhere gonna say, "Don't chase her. Don't chase him.
Yeah.
Don't chase him. Don't chase. Don't chase." So you either can go bass for bass, vocals for vocals, but whatever you do, you got to do it better than they just did it.
Okay, I get it, but just because a person knocks you down with a jab doesn't mean you can't hit them with a hook either, though. So like you want to be able to go apples for apples. You know what I mean? If I'm going ahead and I'm just like you know me, I'm a fighter. So my thing is I want to go against somebody that has the same skill I have. I want your takedowns to be as good as mine or better. I want your striking to be better than me.
But it ain't never going to be fair because every slingshot is different. Every slingshot is different.
That's your problem.
I'm gonna play to my strengths. I'm gonna play to my strengths. So whatever it is that I got, I'm gonna try to play that to my advantage.
So with that being said, then how come people are going ahead and judging off of? They have 4 judges, right? 4 judges, 5
3 or
judges,
4,
whatever. You know what I mean? Here's the situation. I seen a dude put his ear to the speaker. What are you doing?
Hey, he's trying to hear it, man. He's trying to hear the music.
Listen, you know me, I'll make a joke. I swear to God, if I go to a slingshot thing and somebody put their speaker on there, I'm gonna be like, I lost. Because if you got to go that close, you don't even know what you're hearing because you're
hearing exactly.
You're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to process that. Not only that, you will not. You can't hear 20 hertz. You can't hear 2,000 hertz. You can't. Come on, man. Like these people.
That is why judges need to be they need to reinvent that whole judging situation because everybody hear differently.
That's what I'm saying. If somebody's got a clogged nose, like I always have allergies, I have a clogged nose. My ears are draining, so I'm not gonna hear the same way as Megatron. I'm not gonna hear the same as little Chris 39-year-old, little Chris 57.
Right, that too. Age. That's another thing. Age has a lot to do with it.
It's gonna play a huge role. So that at the end of the day, it sets everybody up for failure to chase somebody. Because at the end of the day, you end up having to chase somebody because you go off of the reaction of the judge and you go off of the reaction of everybody else. Meanwhile, that judge his system don't sound better than the nigga he's saying don't sound good.
Dude, I had a judge in a DC show I did at the SS Takeover, and he went down the hill. I said, why are you going down the hill? He said he judged better from a distance when the bikes are up the hill. I ain't figured that out yet. I swear to God, dude, I lost that show because we up here battling and he going cross town. It's just like if you in a club, man. If you in a club, it's gonna sound better in the club or in the bathroom. I ain't figured that out.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Snake oil.
It's never gonna be
snake oil, man.
It's never gonna be 100%. I mean,
that's why
for example, you can get a judge. You can get a judge that all he loved to do his whole life is play the bass guitar.
Yep.
That's all he loved.
Yep. And that's what he's listening for.
He's listening to the guitars, he's listening to the drums, but he loves the bass guitar. So if somebody pull up and they got that same frequency as a bass guitar, he's gonna be drawn to that.
True.
Same with the next person might like the drums. Me personally, I like pianos. So if you ain't got musical, you can have bass. That's cool. It's not a super hard thing. Coming from the car world, it's not hard to create bass. Might be hard to tune it and make it sound right, but it's not. You can get a little Civic and put an 8 in the back and sound like you tearing down the block. But I like music. I like pianos. So I like that.
How many of you guys ever listened to Summer Madness on your Sling?
Mm-hmm.
I played it at a show.
I did that.
Send that to me because I'm gonna download or Shazam that later.
Yeah, listen to this. That has everything. You talking about the highs? That would take your tweeters to crisp to the point that they possibly blown. But if
you're not tuned correctly.
Wait a minute,
I'm just
which
saying,
song?
that's a test. That's a perfect music to test all the spectrum across because they got the bass.
And what song is that?
Real bass.
What's the name?
What song is that, Megatron?
Huh?
What song is that?
Summer Madness.
Summer Madness.
Okay, yeah,
that's like back. I think like the Commodores are like way back there. Will Smith used the
that's Will Smith Summer Madness you're talking about, right?
Summer Madness, right?
Yeah, but the original was
it's
done
just
by,
all instrument, no vocal. Cool in the Gang. It's Cool in the Gang.
Cool in the Gang, the original version. There's like maybe 20 different versions of it out there, but Cool in the Gang.
I listened to the original one. It was Cool in the Gang, and that there will tell you how much your sling can handle across the board.
I like Anita Baker, Sweet Love.
Somebody playing it.
I'm gonna Shazam that shit. Stop playing with me.
Somebody's playing it right now. Who's playing it?
Yeah, see, there you go.
All Star.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
See, that's why you have to be careful around All Star because he be stealing your music.
Yeah.
He didn't even use Shazam. He Googled it.
He Googled that shit.
Ooh, listen to that.
Watch him play that song. And he's gonna go outside and play that song right now.
Woo!
Megatron, thank God for different tuners, right?
Okay, right? I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's nice one. That's nice one. Hey, bro. Hey, I like to thank you on behalf of SUTV for that song, Megatron.
But hold on, one more thing, guys. One more thing. This is for Luch and for Little Chris. Now,
which Little Chris?
Of late, we always talk about extra power, right? I see now the new thing is everybody is putting each subwoofer on their own individual amp.
You know why they do that though, right? You know why they do that. So if you got two people drinking from two straws, one cup, you're not gonna. They say they're getting equivalent, they're not. So the reason why people do that because I have that. I got 8 subs, not on my sling, on King Magnum, 8 subs, 4 amps, and then on my sling I got 2 subs, 1 amp. The reason why people put 1 sub per amp is because you can set it up and there's less stress on the amp. That's the only reason why people are doing that.
But that way, also you can get more power. You can get more power to the individual. Say, for instance, the Sound Digital amps. You notice that they all have only 1 input. So you more than likely you have to put a Y jack on there. You got to split the signal.
No,
to get both stereo.
Or you could just put those blocks in. They sell adapters that's go to 2 to 1 that goes into the amplifiers. So like I'm huge. If I had the space, I'm huge on putting each sub to its own amp. Why? It's better on your electrical and you're getting the most power out of your amplifier.
Right, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, for our viewers, you guys are talking about I got 2 12-inch subs. I can put an 8K on each 12.
No,
right? Is that what you said? You said I can put one 12K on both amps.
Absolutely.
Oh, let me say,
Luch, it's 12s are only 2,000 watts each. What the hell you putting an 8,000 watt on a 2,000 watt amp?
Here's the situation, though. Here's the situation. That 8K is not going to throw out 8K. You can have an 8K that you can throw 4,000 watts. You literally ohm out and voltage out and set it for 4,000 watts.
It's an overkill, though. You can back off on the game, but that's an overkill.
Yeah.
Because number one, that damn thing's so big. Where you gonna put it? Where you gonna put 2 of them at?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. You guys were talking about basically putting 1 amp on 1 sub and a whole different other amp on the other sub, right? That's what you was talking about?
Yeah.
Is that
good? But there's
a
lot of small footprint amps that you can do that with.
Yeah. It's a little bit more required with that because it also involves amperage. Okay, because if you just putting amps all over the place, you got to look at it. It's got to have a source to come from to hold what you can ready to throw at it because it's going to demand more amperage.
And the draw that it has,
Correct.
Yeah, and the draw that it takes So if you have an alternator that's only throwing out 240 volts, your reserve on your battery bank, and you have an 80 amp hour battery, and your 80 amp hour battery is supporting 10,000 watts, but you're only throwing out 240 amps for that 80 amp hour, but your amps are throwing, your 1 amp is throwing 600 amps that it needs, you're throwing money away at that point.
Yeah.
You're just, it just doesn't make sense. Like for somebody to go ahead and throw, so somebody told me, go ahead and throw 2 8Ks. And I told them, I was like, bro, I have no room to throw a 2 8Ks. Not only that I don't have no room, why don't I just get a good subwoofer, build my box the way I need it, and get a box that throws out a little bit more power than I need? I'll be straight. And that's exactly what I did. And that's why I don't listen to nobody.
Yep. Well, a lot of people are just trying to cheat the system by talking about, oh, well, even if your subwoofer is not, in other words, the box itself is too small for the sub, they're telling you just double up on the power and you will be able to handle it. No. Some subwoofer manufacturers have a breather hole in the back of the motor that need to be for the speaker to breathe.
The vent pole,
you know, and a lot of people, their stuff is like because I think the deepest you can actually get in a sub box without any modification is 7 inches deep before you could actually touch the port or whatever you have inside the box.
Here's what's crazy. A lot of people are putting subwoofers in there, and they're not even leaving 4 inches away from the magnet to the wall. So you need that airflow. You need that airflow for the subwoofer to perform. Because then the vent pole starts getting hot, the top plate gets hot, the bottom plate gets hot. Now you're losing. Now you're literally rising impedance. Now you went from a 1 ohm subwoofer. Now you're at 8 ohm. Like
exactly. Yep, that's the language of audio talks. You know, so we're people again. Those are more in depth stuff to really start discussing. Because when you go to a builder,
this is over Bounty Hunter's head.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that comment now. She gonna fire back. I guarantee that.
She gonna come at you, Luch.
I know she is.
I mean, hey, Dragon, I can talk that lingo, Dragon. Hey, I talk about the DB slope on you in a minute, bro.
Which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer then? Which one do you prefer?
Well, on what, Luch? What you talking about?
24. Which one you want, baby?
On the DB slope.
You got me. You got all these people looking at me. You better stop it, boy.
Hey, Dragon, you know that DSR1 has the most cutoff slope in any DSP?
Yeah, the DSR1 you can actually go down to a 6.
Exactly. You got 6, 12, 18, 24, 32, and 48.
Yeah. That's why I say exactly. Yeah, you can run a 6.
And you think that's $100
from a DSP?
I'm just saying, bro.
That's the difference from a DSP. That's the difference from quality DSP and a cheap one and a high end one. You can't drop all the way down to 6 slope all the way up to 40.
And that's what I was asking you guys. I was asking you guys, what was the difference between a cheap DSP and an upscale premium DSP? Now I finally got the answer.
You use one and you don't use the other. All right, that's all it is.
Or you use one, or you use the cheap one and spend more money later.
Sling life.
That's it.
That's when you talk to them, bro. They arrogant as hell. Arrogant as hell, bro.
That DSR1 is actually, I mean, if you got the space and the means, that actually be a good one just to run your sub off of because of that six slope.
But I mean,
especially at $100.
I know, Dragon. I know you say you run your subs at about 12 or 6. No, actually, I think the other day I heard you said, anybody want to challenge me, I could run myself down to 6 decibels.
The 6 slope. Yeah.
6 slopes, right. And still sound
frequency,
good.
what power? What frequency, what power are you playing that at?
I'm just saying, I mean, the box is not designed that they can really get that low, so it really doesn't. Really doesn't even matter.
So it's what? So burp
cancel out that shit like a motherfucker. You would have so bad.
He's just getting a burp. Then he's just burping it.
That's really all you.
Well, not even because you're not. The subwoofer's still not going to perform it. It depends. You're playing at a negative or 11. You're playing at 6 with how much power you're throwing to it. Your box ain't going to handle that. I guarantee you that. Your box ain't going to sound good. I guarantee you that.
It's gonna sound like
It's gonna sound like Bounty Hunter. No, I'm just joking.
I gotta go, bro.
She must not be on here. She must not be on here, bro.
She's definitely not.
She's not on here. You good? You good?
Drag it out.
Luch, you better show up at New Orleans, okay? You better show up in New Orleans.
I'm waiting for my truck to get fixed so I can actually go. Like, no bullshit. Like, I've just paid 10 G's for my truck to get fixed, and I'm still scared. So I'm waiting to get a backup truck just in case my truck break down, and I'm gonna start traveling a lot more. Like, I'm scared to travel right now. No cap. I'm really scared to travel right now because I do want to go to Atlanta. I think they said something about All-Star Bowl or Super Bowl,
September, yeah.
like that.
Legends.
I want to go to Atlanta because I know that's All-Star spot, and it's close to Florida, so I want to go see some of my people out there. But yeah, that's and just FYI, just so everybody sees, I'm just fucking with Bounty Hunted, and I'm fucking with the receptionist. Like, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Shout out to Light 'em Up. I see your team Light 'em Up. What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Jose.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
All right.
That's crazy. But listen, man. Hey, man. I'm just gonna go ahead. Listen, I already placed my order for the BBLs, bro. So the middleweight's gonna have to deal with me, bro. They're gonna have to deal with me. Right now, they're gonna have to wait. I'm still gonna battle. I'm still gonna battle them. They're gonna have to beat me. But next year, it's gonna be my year. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
All right. The question I have for you, All-Star, you order these BBLs.
Yes, sir.
Are you planning on putting the same subs that you have in your existing vehicle now in those BBLs?
Am I gonna put the death bounces in the 12s?
Yes.
Are you putting that same series? That same series is what he's asking.
Listen. The death bounce got one more series, and you know Megatron, they got one more series. I can go up. I can go up to 3,000.
So does a lot of
RMS.
subwoofers. What we're trying to say to you all night is to make sure that you're perfectly matching the sub with the box.
Yes.
Because you could just go spending money all over the place, knowing that the secret was right there already.
Yep.
So we're saying tune and get the best sound you could get out of that first before you go jump on this BBL bandwagon. We all chasing all these chicks out here with these BBLs.
Listen, bro, the middleweights are too cocky, bro. When I pull into the ring, bro, they're too damn cocky. I don't like this. Disrespect. It's disrespect. And they're gonna quit it. They're gonna quit it because I'm gonna get them BBLs on their ass.
When you get your BBL, right? This is all I'm telling you. When you get your BBL, right? Make sure you have the subwoofers you're going to run, right?
Yep.
Give them the specs for that subwoofer and have them build that box for those subwoofers. Remember, you don't want to go up. You don't want to go down. You're spending $1,800 for those two boxes. You want the fucking subs you got to work, bro. Like, you're not going to go ahead. You're not going to go ahead and buy a Porsche. Talk about, I want to get 1,000 horsepower. Give me 1,000 horsepower, but your motor can't handle that. So with the same exact thing, don't get them to build you a box that's 3.5 cubes and your subs only need 2.75 or 2.5 cubes after displacement.
All right, so we back to saying that too much airspace is a bad thing.
Yeah, you ever seen a chick with a really big butt? And then she tried you. It's too much sometimes. You just too
the legs
much.
are skinny.
The legs
looking like SpongeBob.
Number 19 on the BBL chart.
Yeah.
Looking like SpongeBob over here in Squidward.
Hey, All-Star.
Yes, sir.
Bumblebee going to deflate your BBL.
But Luke, I'm glad that you brought that analysis because a lot of people are putting 93 octane in their Slingshot, and it's a goddamn 2.4 liter engine, and it's a GM engine, which GM says none of their cars that they have ever manufactured require 93 octane.
And the reason why I run 93 octane, the reason why it burns easy, burns more cleaner. That's the only reason why. A lot of people put 93 octane in it because, it makes it run better. No, it just runs cleaner and the gunk doesn't get on the pistons as bad. That's the only difference.
Yeah. Chris Sling Life, all I'm saying is I want to even up the battlefield. Listen, I only got 14 speakers.
No, you want to win. You want to win. That's all it is. That's all you want to do is win. And you're gonna cross your arm and a leg just to win.
Megatron, they scared of me, bro. They scared of me. If I get the right equipment that they got, they scared of me, bro. They scared
But you
me
don't
right
know
now.
what they got.
Then if that's the case, why don't you
Listen,
just buy what they got? Why don't you just buy what they got and beat them with what they got?
Exactly.
put the order in for the BBLs, man.
But
Call
now
BBLs
Bumblebee.
come in different formats.
Call Bumblebee. Ask him what he got. Copy it.
He don't have BBLs, I can tell you that.
Who,
Do
Bumble?
that.
Yeah, Bumblebee don't have BBLs.
You don't have BBLs?
No.
No, but
Bumblebee kind of.
he got the light him up sauce though. He got the light him up sauce.
He got that
It's
New
not
Jersey
Bumblebee
stuff.
no more. It's Killer Bee.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Killer Bee.
Killer Bee.
He got that. He got He got that. He got that New Jersey sauce, bro. All of them. Phoenix, G Money, all of them, bro. But listen, I'm talking specifically middleweight. They're going to give me my respect, bro. Because when they see the BBLs, they're gonna think twice.
Look, put two massive subwoofers in that BBL, and you'll get the effect you want because they're very good in small space.
Which one, the Hippo?
Yeah, massive.
The Hippo ain't no massive Hippo.
Megatron,
the Sumos. The Sumos.
Oh, I was about to say the
one.
Hippo. That Hippo require a lot of space.
No, not the Hippos. The Sumos. The Sumos only require 1 or 1.2.
Yeah.
But you also see the coil that they have as well.
It's a 3-inch coil.
Okay, but what kind of coil is it? What kind of former do they have? They have round copper coil that's on there. They don't have flat aluminum coil on there.
He said, light him up. Said no.
Who does the platinum coils?
No. I said flat wound aluminum.
Oh, flat wound. Oh, okay. Which is what?
A lot of money, but I ain't gonna go ahead and do no platinum coils. I'm broke.
So what are you saying? So is that a good or bad?
Of course, the flat wound aluminum coil, it doesn't get as hot as fast as the coil as the rounded copper coil.
Because so Sundown versus Massive, what you go for?
I'm gonna go for Untouchable Sounds. That's what I'm going for.
Hey, nice plug, bro. Nice plug.
Your format has to come from somewhere. So where did your format come from?
Honestly, me building subwoofers and learning that a 4-layer subwoofer is going to be able to dissipate heat a lot better depending on what type of former it has. Also, an 8-layer that has a 60 millimeter wound height versus a 4-layer or versus a 8-layer that is 30 millimeter wound height, you're gonna have more throw on it, which is gonna make it breathe more. So you're gonna be able to play a lot different. Plus, a lot of people play different formers. A lot of people play aluminum formers with copper coils. A lot of people play aluminum formers with round copper coils. So it just plays a role on how thick it is, how much gap you have between the coil and your magnet, because that's what's going to be able to produce the air that needs to flow through that coil to keep it cool, right or wrong. So
what's your X max? What's your X max on your sub?
My X max is 30 millimeter both ways.
Oh,
15.
So you can't turn your subs up while you're riding because you're gonna have to ride straight up.
No, I can play like mine right now. No cap. I'm throwing right now 10,000 watts. Here's the deal. A lot of people are like, I got it set to 10,000 watts. You're not getting 10,000 watts on music.
Not all day long.
You're not getting it. You're going to get it for maybe a couple seconds at a time.
Yes, it's just a burst.
It's going to slope off. It's going to slope off. So
correct.
You're going to get it. You're going to get it. So I got my amps set. I got my bass amp set at 10,000 watts, and I can play it all day long because it's not getting 10,000 watts all day long.
Well, no, that's not what's the concern. I'm talking about your X max of you're talking about 30 millimeter one way?
Both ways, 15 each way.
15 each. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Yeah.
That's about an inch and a half. Yeah, that's about an inch and a half each way.
It's 2 inches.
2 inches. Okay.
Exact.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, each way. And then, but there I can literally play. So if you see a lot of people, they have to push their seats forward to play because they don't want it to hit or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But if you listen to a subwoofer with the seats up, just pushed forward just a slight bit, you got something.
Sound better.
It sounds better because
it's
the load off of.
That's what I was saying. With your X Max, you can't ride with your seats all the way back because it will be hitting the back of your seat, and then you start getting mechanical noise.
Yeah, you'll have mechanical manufactured defects.
Mhm.
But here's the deal. I have it where I'm literally off 2.2 inches off of my sub. So even if I do play all the way with my seat all the way back, it ain't going to hit because I still got 0.2.
Oh, okay. Got you.
You see what I'm saying? I play with I drive around with my Slingshot full blast, and I don't have to worry about it because I don't have anything hitting this back of the speaker.
So you recessed your sub in your box then, basically.
No.
Move the seat forward.
Move the seat exactly. Move the seat forward and tilt it back some.
Okay.
Got you.
Because remember, the seat goes this way. The subs go this way. So I'm not hurting anything.
Yeah. Well, guys, when you in that ring, man,
my wife is pissed.
When you in that ring, these guys are really they're really going after that win, man. Listen, the last couple of battles that I had, it wasn't my battle, but I've smelled. When you start smelling those speakers, I'm like, shit, these boys is playing. They playing today.
All that is distortion. All that is distortion, though.
What you mean, Luke? What you mean, Luke?
Distortion and heat.
Heat is electrical enemy, man. That's it.
So is it a sign? Is it a sign when
to turn it down
and you start smelling it, they overplay him?
Yeah,
they're not overplaying. They're not overplaying. They're throwing a dirty signal to the subwoofer, which is causing a clip signal. That's what causes that smell. You're not getting enough airflow through the subwoofer to be able to because that smell is because it's getting hot. The coolant that holds that coil together is what's getting hot. And a lot of people, when they smell that, they turn it down all the way, right? You're not supposed to. Let it play, but turn the volume down a little bit. You don't want to turn it all the way because think about it. If you take, let's burn plastic for a second, right? When you using a plastic and you burning it and the blade is going fast and you let it stop real quick, what happens? That plastic starts to bubble or get thick in certain areas. You don't want your coil to get thick in certain areas. You want it to be even throughout. If not, you're going to get coil rub. You're going to get a sound that when you play, you can hear it. But when you raise the volume, that sound goes away. You don't want that. And anybody that's playing their bike to that extent, they're thirsty for a trophy. They'll rather sacrifice sound. They would sacrifice sound for getting
that would be all-star. That would be all-star. Because listen, I smelled my shit the other day. I smelled it. God damn, I was like, shit.
Oh, so it was you.
Hold up.
It was you.
Now, I was told, Luch, hear me out, Luch. Hear me out.
Smell his own shit.
Luch, hear me out. Hear me out, Chris Sling Life. Hear me out. Hear me out. Dragon. So I smelled my own bike, right? But listen, afterwards, I got like, you played the shit out that bike today. I got that shit, that compliment a couple times. You played the shit out.
That's not a compliment. That could literally be, that's not a compliment, boy.
Listen,
that is not a compliment.
Listen.
That is not a compliment for real.
So you willing to burn your subwoofers up so somebody say, that sounds nice. And then you riding home quiet.
Listen, man.
You want to win that bad. That's how bad you want to win.
Ain't none of y'all middleweights here. Y'all don't know my pain. Ain't none of y'all middleweights. So y'all ain't even got a secret clearance to speak to me right now, man. Real talk.
Also, I have your best interest at heart at all times.
Yeah, y'all ain't on my level. I'm middleweight class. You know what I'm saying? We a whole elite different brands.
Look, somebody please give All-Star a one-on-one. He need a one-on-one.
Listen,
he need a fire extinguisher.
All I'm saying, listen, all I'm saying to you is when I smell my bike, that's when the compliments came. They said, you played the shit out of that bike today.
Oh my God.
Man, your bike is not no scratch and sniff.
That could be a good thing or bad thing. That could be a good thing or bad thing because they'd be like, you played the shit out of the bike. Meaning you played your bike too much, bro. Like you literally played the shit out your bike. You need to slow it down. And people who don't know audio and they smell that, they're like, oh, you played the shit out of your bike. Good job. Yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and hit you with my car. Talk about you did a good job at braking. What the hell? Come on.
Well,
Dragon, talk to me.
Remember our first interview, bro? You said, what tips do I have for new people getting in the ring? I'm gonna give you that same advice, bro. Know your bike. Learn your limitations. Know your bike. Know your playlist.
That's why I said somebody give him a one-on-one.
Take your time. Dragon. Find you a playlist. learn that playlist, know what your
Yeah.
mic can do with that playlist, so
Yes.
you won't have that
Yes.
fucking problem.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this right here. One thing I got on the middleweights, I got over the head. Just one thing I got on over all the middleweights. I'm clipless. I don't clip. I don't clip.
You had microphones, they would have picked it up because that's why the subs were burning.
Listen, I got my bass knob.
That's why they were burning.
No, my bass knob. Listen, I don't clip.
Awesome. All-Star.
I like you a lot, All-Star. You're a cool motherfucker, All-Star. You better not fucking say because your clip light is not turning on that you not clipping. You better not say that, bro. You better.
I got 99 problems, but a clip ain't one, bro.
Hey,
I got 99 problems, but a clip ain't one.
Hey, you going
don't hate me. Don't hate me, Chris.
No, you trying to go for the ultimate clip. Your shit ain't gonna clip no more.
It's gonna blow up in smoke.
He's not going for the ultimate clip. He's going for the one and done.
There goes Bumble. Bumble said he ain't never clipped in 4 years. That's what Bumblebee said. He said,
well, you know, I got All-Star. I feel you there because when I first came out, I did the same thing. I burned up. I won the show. I had beat Pond and everybody out there and won the show. Had it
Did you really
in the hand, but did not know.
Did you really win the show though? You won a trophy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: L is an L. I'm just going by what was told. So, but I had it in my hand, but I didn't know. Overdrove it.
Look! Do not inspire All-Star with that story.
I'm not gonna inspire. I'm just telling you. I just don't look. Hey, look! I saw a tear run down his cheek, so I just want to let him know he ain't by himself.
Hey, little Chris. Death bounce don't clip, bro. Death bounce don't slip, dog.
Oh my god.
Death bounce.
I got you.
He's just digging his hole deeper and deeper, bro.
Yeah. Maybe if I would have clipped, I would have kept that speaker around.
All-Star would make anybody that owns Death Bounce throw them shits out the window because he just
Y'all silly, man. Y'all silly. Listen.
I have a question, All-Star.
Go ahead.
What is clipping?
Clipping is any interruption in your music, bro. If your stub stop playing, what? If your stub stop playing, bro.
Clipping is distortion.
Signal. Clipping is a
distorted signal.
See, listen, y'all trying to make up some damn. Y'all see, hey, Chris, like
no. Your music goes in a wave. It's like think of the Coca-Cola wave. Think like that.
Thank you.
But as soon as it's like a flat at the top, that's it. You clipped.
You clipped. That's why I said the microphones would be the perfect thing to measure some of these clips.
And if you
might not hear it audibly, but it's out there. It's there.
If you hook an oscilloscope to your system, you'll see it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Listen, Sling Life. I'm talking about to our ears. I don't clip. I don't clip our ears.
Your clipping is to the nose. You say you smell smoke.
Hey, none of these judges I went against said you almost clipped or you clipped. They don't even say the word clear. I don't do no clipping.
They don't know.
No, they said you about they said you gonna burn up. You think they want to smell smoke?
At the most is what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get a little bit distorted, but I'll never clip.
You know, when you clip, it's not when you get distorted. It's not when you smelling, you clipping, baby. If you take a shower and she's smelling funky down there, you ain't gonna go.
Y'all ain't got them bounce like I got them bounce. I got them death bounce.
Whatever happened to your light up speakers?
Come on, Chris Sling Life. Why you gonna do that?
If he had those, Chris, he would have been started fire.
Jacksonville.
He would have been started fire if he had those.
I thought you was better than that.
It would have been an ignite between heat and the electrical, and it would just blow the bike up in front of everybody.
4th of July.
Hold up. I ain't want to do this to y'all. I didn't want to do this, but y'all gonna make y'all pushing me again. Yeah, listen, when you push somebody in the corner, they got to come back. Listen, the only person on this panel that's on the scorecard, the only two people is Luch and the All-Star. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't standing in no rain and Myrtle, buddy.
Who had the first place win this year? That's Luch and All-Star. I ain't want to go this way on y'all. But I'm telling you, when I say I have 99 problems, but a clip ain't one.
Look, half of these bikes out here have never had a real competition, and that you have yet to experience, All-Star. Real competition.
That's why I'm getting the BBLs, Megatron. So I'm getting BBL. Place my order.
So I'm not competition, Megastar.
But Luch, you beat him. Luch, you beat him. You beat him when he was out there in Tampa.
I didn't beat you, All-Star. We were friends. We mutually agreed that it was my first show, so you was gonna let me have the trophy, right, All-Star? Right?
Hell no.
Hell no, not All-Star.
Hell no. I don't give away victories. Hell no. Bumblebee, I hear you. I see you, Bumblebee. Let me put this
I know, right?
Bumble says that's because nobody was at the show. God
damn, Bumblebee, I actually like you, bro. Why you trying to be disrespectful, my G?
God damn, Bumble.
God damn. This motherfucker, you can't give a nigga an intro mile. They gonna take a three.
Listen,
Megatron,
Chris Slingshot. Y'all know you just can't get BBLs the next day. So if it's gonna take me a while to get the BBLs because you just can't get them the next day. So
why not?
Just be on the lookout for them BBLs.
I hear you.
BBLs.
And I hope
Texas.
I hope it gives you the sound you're looking for.
Yeah.
Go to Texas. Just like how the females go to DR, you need to go to Texas. Get the real BBL from Texas, bro.
Yeah.
How do I get there without my card?
When I come around, I come around too. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I gotta go. You guys had me on here for 2 hours. My wife.
Yeah, Luch. I appreciate it, Luch. Mr. Untouchable. I appreciate it, man.
Pleasure, man.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, Luch.
Talk to you guys later, man.
Next time. Colorado.
Right now, I'm in Colorado for vacation.
Okay, man. Enjoy your vacation.
Oh, man, and you got you on the show, bro. Yeah, you go ahead and be with your family, man. Forget about All-Star.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to the bounty hunted and the receptionist. Congratulations on your win. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yes, sir.
All right, now. Have a good one.
Good night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, man, fellas, I don't clip, bro. I don't.
Hey, who did you go against? Who did you go against this weekend?
Huh?
Who'd you go against this weekend?
Chris, I don't take names, Chris. I don't take names. I just take W's.
He went against the bounty hunter.
I would. Yeah, I got my. Yeah. So
he got his ass dragged in the mud.
Listen.
Yeah.
Chris,
he won his first round. He beat my man. That was a good battle too. You and my man that beat with Motorcycle Jack. I had the other orange and black bike.
Yeah. I mean, I got it.
There's not a lot of footage of it online.
Yeah, it was a good battle.
Chris Sling Life, I can send you some footage if you need to see it. It's just an ass whipping I gave out. That's all it was.
Yeah, send it to me. Let me see it.
Just a little ass whipping I gave out. That's all.
Yo, man, I'm like the whole bro. I gotta be out, man. You know what I say? Drag it out, baby.
All right, man.
Take care, buddy.
I'm gonna be in New York, so I hope to see some of y'all up there in New York, man. So I'll be in New York.
Hey, Dragon, you going to Slidell? You going to Slidell?
I don't know yet because I got family reunion around that same time. So we're gonna see
Dragon.
Yeah.
Hey, I meant to tell you and the rest of them on here that they had my number. I need y'all to text me. I ran my phone over with my Jeep. And I ain't saved nothing. So I don't have no numbers, no pictures, no nothing.
Okay.
Oh, man. All right, we'll reach out.
That go for you too, Bumblebee, because I see you on the side.
Like I said, man, peace out, bro. Peace out.
All right, now. Good talking to you.
Yeah. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
Now that I have little Chris and Megatron, listen, man. Sling Life, you here too? Okay. Listen, man. Y'all, listen. I'm just leveling the playing fields with these middleweights, bro.
Right.
I'm the only one that don't have pretty much BBLs, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the shit ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? So when I get these BBLs, it's a whole new all-star. The Lambo will be back. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
I'm just hoping that you accomplish what it is that you're going after. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Because there's more than one ways to achieve that same goal.
Yeah.
You saying?
I forgot. Bumblebee doesn't have BBLs.
No, he don't.
He don't have them. Yeah, that's right. Well, everybody else, man, in the middle, I think they got Pandemic. Shout out to Pandemic. He got BBLs.
But like the Chris say, it's all about the math. If you can definitely achieve, there are some bikes with some incredible bass without BBLs.
Yeah.
So you have the right driver and the right box space, man, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So BBLs ain't the solution. That's just a new thing on the block, but it's not the solution.
Yeah. Well, Megatron, how those 210s you got? How they really sound? How much bass you getting, bro?
Man, it's a night and day difference. I was only running 112, but to have two individual subwoofers right now, that make all the difference in the world.
Hey, DS18s, right?
No, those are Sundowns I'm running now, but I just got.
No, you didn't say Sundowns, did you?
You got the Sundown.
I heard you talking about the U series.
Did you understand then?
Oh no, absolutely. But
yeah, we talked before. Remember?
I just got in the mail today. I got two Sumo XLs that I'm about to switch out to see how those sound. Because I know
y'all like the Sumo X's. How you like the Sumo X's? Yeah, anybody heard them?
The who?
The Sundown X's.
Hey,
well, see, I'm thinking the depth. It's the depth of that mag out of that basket what makes it kind of difficult.
Yeah, the magnet. Yeah, the magnet. You know, I actually thought that the U series, that magnet was almost the size of the speaker.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's like the wedges that some of these boxes are made with. That magnet will kind of be a little problem, but it being a 10-inch, the circumference on a 10-inch would still fit in a normal box. Yeah. I was talking to Little Bully about that, and I didn't find out about the U series until it was after I went and hunt down the version 2s of the S8s. So now that I learned about the Sumos, those are 1500 watts RMS, and they only require 1.1 or 1.2 cubic space. So I'm gonna try those and see what they sound like.
It's a couple woofers out there that's like that I've played around with.
Yo, okay. And where did you stop?
I ain't never stopped.
So what you running now?
I'm trying CT Sounds out right now. They require
no.
1.2. Yeah, I already blew one.
Come back in the light. Come back in the light.
I'm probably going. I like the American bass at first. Then I like the Sundown. So I got Sundowns in my truck.
Even new shoes got the Sundowns.
Yeah,
Sundown is much better quality.
You know, Sundown been around a while.
They're hard to destroy.
What I love about them, they will handle almost twice the power that they actually.
The Sundown
been like that.
Yes.
Have y'all ever heard the Sundown 8s?
Yep.
I had 3 of them in my truck.
I'm putting 5K to the 210s that I have, and they only require 1,000 watts each. So definitely, that's one thing about what they'll do. They'll just put you in that ballpark for you not to abuse the speaker. But in a real test, they will definitely handle it, no problem.
I haven't had no problems. I'm over right at about 10K on my 2. And it swallowed. My bass don't get no lighter. The more I throw it, the harder it calls. And
you like it better than
the dust cover.
Massive?
What was that?
Well, I heard that the dust covers get blown off the Massive every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
I had Masters before, and I like them. I'm very impressed with Masters.
But see, the thing about the X Max is it's a long throw. The XLs, they're pretty much long throw, and I have a grill over myself, so I don't want it to be hitting that grill.
Yeah.
So what I love about Sundown, Sundown control the Butler rubber around the surroundings of the sub, and so it have a unique wave. Rafael Fosgate was the one that actually started that.
Anybody try the Torx out yet? I'm curious about them.
Well, that's what All Star is running. They're bright. They're very bright. They're very bright speakers. You know, you have to tone them down a lot, man. They are very bright. They're overbearing.
You just got to listen, Megatron. You just got to be a rough rider. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so that wasn't what was smoking, was it?
You know what, though? Hey, Chris, it might be. It might be just that because that's on the side.
Yeah,
that's where you were standing.
Yeah.
That's where you was.
Yeah, hey, I was told, I think it was Cozy. I think Cozy told me, turn them down a little bit.
You smell them?
No, he told me I think it was Elvin. Elvin and Cozy told me that turn down them torch, turn them down a little bit. Yeah, Elvin and Cozy told me. They said, yeah.
And I also like the mats. Mats is real nice.
Yeah, they just came out with a new line also.
Yeah.
The concrete audios are overpriced. I mean, I like their carbon fiber subs, but they're overpriced. They want like $1,100 for one of their subs.
Hey, they'll come after you. Keep talking about the concrete audios, bro.
I know. I think James over here is saying that you should go with concrete audio.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't rate their speakers as all of that. You know, they're new to the as well.
I've seen a couple of guys lose them in some battles, so that kind of kept me on the fence. Yeah, they was doing good, and they'll lose them, lose a sub. So I said, I don't know yet about that one.
If I don't go back to Mats, I'm gonna go with Sundown. One of the two.
Sundown, you can't go wrong with Sundown. They put so much technology in their subs.
That's what's in my truck.
On the soft, they have that down pack. Ain't nobody can mess with them on that.
Yeah.
So you could play with them, but don't get rid of them. Have them right there in the corner because you're gonna resort right back to them. So that's something that I definitely realized that.
Lil Chris.
Yep.
I got to get you on the scorecard, man.
Oh yeah.
I got to reach out to you tomorrow and get you on the scorecard, man. Send me a picture, waist high, headshot, and then answer a couple questions like your year of your sling, where you from, your email, the year of your sling. Give me a motto. You got to have a motto, bro.
Oh yeah.
Motto. Go hard or whatever, or killer or whatever your motto is. Give me a motto too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. We're gonna get out of here, man. We're gonna get out of here. I want to appreciate you guys, man, for streaming live.
Hey, enjoyed it, and thank you for having me on. And always good to talk to you, gentlemen, especially both of you. Megatron, we talked before with Lil Bully. Yes, and Lil Chris, it's officially, I'm sorry, Sling Life Chris. I'm the Lil Chris. It's officially good to meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you. I'm
gonna come up to South Carolina one day and hook up with you guys, James, Little Chris, and Bully, and we're gonna have a day out there, man.
Because I'm always on three-way with you, so we might as well hang out and chop it up.
You need to ride up there too.
Yeah, I'm going to I'll be at the SS Takeover.
Okay, yeah, we gotta hook up, man.
That sounds like I think I'm gonna be at that one also, July.
Oh, okay. I might take that ride then. Okay, me and
Megatron. Come on, Megatron.
Too, but he won't have his BBL by then, so at least he won't enter the show then.
Hey, try Mexico. They do them for cheaper there.
You know what? Y'all need to stop.
BBLs, y'all non-believers, but when I get the BBLs, y'all won't be laughing. Y'all won't be laughing when I get the BBLs.
All right, man. We hear you, bro. We hear you. We're looking forward to seeing them and hearing them.
Yeah, I want to hear that battle. I hope that B don't sting you in your BBL.
I can't come back from that one. That was a killer right there, Slingshot. I ain't got nothing to say about that one.
Wow.
You kill me with that one. Damn.
All love, brother. All love.
All right, man. I'm out of here, bro.
Y'all be good.
I'll take it right.
All right, now. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Listen, I thank you guys for taking time, man, to get on Straight Up TV, man. I am your Slingshot platform, man, for YouTube. Anytime you feel like you want to come by, man, if you have a conversation, man, if you have something to say that for the betterment of the Slingshot community, man, please contact me and come on the show, man. So let's close out. Let's close out with everybody, you know what I'm saying?